when you're relocating or when you relocate, the first set of people that you get to work with, the first set of individuals you get to interact with would either make or mar your experience in the UK or anywhere in the world. I've lived in Ireland, I've lived in the UK, I'm currently based in Canada, and I will say this every single time. The set of people that you meet, the first set of people that you interact with, that you always go around with, that you always ask all the questions and everything, those set of people would either make or mar your experience in a new country. So I'm very excited because the reason why I'm excited is I'm here to help you reprogram your thoughts about the UK, about relocating. Some people have relocated and felt like, okay, it feels like it's a dead end. You know, immigrants are not supposed to be successful in this country, or immigrants find it difficult to live a good life, to get a good job, and so on and so forth. I'll tell you that's just based on the people that you've interacted with. All right. People have gone through Amdari and they've gone on to do successful things, very beautiful stuff that they personally did not believe they could actually do it. And that's the premise in which I'm going to start today's session, because today we're going to be talking about visa sponsorship. All right. And there's so much thing in the news, influencers, Instagram, TikTok, everybody's talking about, visa sponsorship and this and that. And there are so many conversations around it. But one thing most people don't do is they don't sit down to read about visa sponsorship in the UK, for example. We're going to focus majorly on the UK. All right. People have, if I ask anybody now today, have you read? Okay. Or where did you get the information about visa sponsorship? Oh, I heard it online. Oh, and so on and so forth. All right. So you see, digest information so you know exactly how to position yourself. That's exactly what we're doing today. All right. So if you're currently looking for visa sponsorship in the UK, or even if you're not, let's say you're just looking to get a job. I just need to get a job. I don't even care if it's sponsorship. I don't care even. I just need a job in the UK. I'm tired of doing menial jobs. I'm tired of doing, the kind of jobs that I'm not paying as much. I need a job. What do I need to get a job today? Those are the things we're going to focus on. All right. Those are the things we're going to discuss. Because if you need visa sponsored job, you need to get a job. It's a job. Either it's sponsored or it's not sponsored. You need to get a job. All right. And those are the things that we're going to talk about. And there's so much conversation around immigrants finding it difficult to get in a job outside the country. But anyways, that's why I'm here. I'm excited because the information I'm going to pass along to you today is going to help you make a decision today. All right? It's going to help you today, not tomorrow, not next week. It's not something you can implement next month. It's something you can start implementing today. So I only need about an hour 30 minutes of your time for you to listen to me today. So you have any distractions around you. You have people just talking around you like, Fisayo, come, leave those people alone. All right, come and stay. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation for the next 1 hour. All right, and let me take you on a journey of how you can stabilize, get your job, get a visa sponsored job, and all the information that you need to get started. Because at Amdari, our goal is very simple. Our goal is not, we don't have a long goal. Our goal is to help you get a job. It's as simple as that. All right, very simple goal, isn't it? Give me a thumbs up if you like that goal. Give me a thumbs up if you like Amdari's goal. Give me a thumbs up. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I can see all the thumbs up. I love a very interactive session. Okay, so please, I want you guys to engage with me because that's the only way you would get the best experience from this training or from this session. Okay. So now I want to know where you guys are joining from. Okay. So you might be in the UK, you might be in Ireland, you could be anywhere in the world. I would like to know just a country specific, okay? So if you're in the UK, if you're in Ireland, where are you joining from? That's what I would like to know. So just put it in the chat. Let me see. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. While you guys are doing that. So I have someone from Canada, Farouk. Awesome. That's good. Good to have you here, Farouk. All right. So I'm going to go ahead to share my screen and then we jump straight into the session. All right. Totally excited, guys. I'm totally excited. Honestly, I say that I'll repeat what I said. The first set of people that you meet when you relocate will either make or mar your experience. Okay. And you see, when I relocated initially, honestly, the first set of people I met, I would like to, there were people that were working in the care space. There were people that were working in the warehouse. And so like they were majorly just menial jobs, okay, survival jobs. But they've taken survival jobs to be full-time jobs. Okay, you get what I mean? So they were not looking at getting like a professional job. They just felt like it was menial they're going to be doing. So they were selling their hours in order for them to make a living. Okay. Which is not bad when you start, because I did it also. So I'm not going to say I did not do survival job. I did survival jobs. So, and I'll probably share my experience in today's session. All right. But you see, mingling with those people gave me the idea that it's difficult for immigrants to get a job. That was the whole idea, honestly. Okay. You talk to this person, oh, I've been here for 10 years. I can't get a job. I've been doing this job, and so on and so forth. So that idea, the fear and that thing was just there to say that, okay, maybe I made a mistake, moving outside the country. Honestly speaking, you didn't make a mistake. All right. And that's why we're here today. So I can help you dismantle that thought process that you have behind your head that, oh, it's difficult for you to get a job. It is difficult, all right? But are there better ways? Are there smart ways you can get a job? 100%. Okay, and I'm going to be talking about that in today's session. Okay, so I said I have 1 hour, so I'll be going through everything in a manner that you get to understand. The session is recorded, so you would always get access to the recording of the session if you feel the attendance of the session. So just keep a lookout in the charts. You'll get to see the attendance link and show you feel the attendance form so you can get access to the recording of today's session. All right, so where are people joining in from? My people from the UK, quite a number of people from the UK, one person from Canada, one person from Nigeria, UK, Scotland. Beautiful. I can't hear the speaker. Okay, somebody needs to respond to Abraham. Okay, all right, so let's jump straight into the session, okay? So today's session, we're going to be talking about the visa sponsorship strategy, okay, with all the brouhaha that is happening with the UK, all right? How can you strategically still get a visa sponsored job today? Is it possible? 100%. How do you strategically position yourself? That's exactly what we need to discuss today. Okay, are there different pathways that you need to take? Are there different ways you need to position yourself? How do you structure this? How do you structure the other ones? Those are the things that we're going to talk about today. Okay, so the key focus is how to make UK tech companies want to sponsor you. And I'm going to share my own personal experience, and I'm going to share the experience of people with Amdari, so you get to see that the things that I'm talking about are not just hearsay. They're not just vibes. They're not just things that we are thinking about. These are things that actually works. And that's exactly what we're having today's session. All right. So let's jump straight into it. Who is Amdari? Okay. I'm pretty sure some of you are hearing of Amdari for the very first time. And this is the first time you're hearing of Amdari. And you're wondering, why are these guys even existing in the first instance? So Amdari is solving a critical problem. Okay. Amdari is solving the critical problem, which is no experience. So you move to the UK, you've always worked in Nigeria. Okay, you take, for example, I'm Nigerian, all right? Or you've always worked in Ghana, you've always worked in Sierra Leone, you've always worked in your own country, and now you've relocated to the UK, all right? And you can't seem to get a job. And that's one of the major reasons is you don't have any relatable experience, okay, that you can share with the employer. So take, for example, you've always worked in the bank in Nigeria, then you move to the UK and you're looking to get in a job with a tech company, for example. So how do you translate your banking experience into a tech company? Or you're moving from banking to FMCG. You're moving from banking to, say, you're looking at getting a job in the pharmaceutical space or medical technology or something else entirely. All right, you want to change your career, you want to have a better career, you want to work with the likes of Amazon, you want to do something interesting. How do you translate that your past experience into the kind of experience that would be valued enough to getting you a job in a company, in the UK? So we are solving that problem. We're helping you solve that problem. We are providing you with actual work experience that you can use to get a job in the UK. It's as simple as that. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible because I'm a simple guy, okay? I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So you see, that experience barrier that you're experiencing, oh, I'm using the word experience so many times. Okay, beautiful. That no experience barrier that you are experiencing, we have created a solution to that. And that's what we do at Amdari. So Amdari provides you with work experience internship that guarantees you work experiences that you can use in the UK to basically get a job. And that's why I say our goal is simple. Our goal is for you to get a job. It's as simple as that. Okay. So all the things that we're doing around everything that we're going to discuss today, the whole idea is you must get a job. That's what we're focused on. So we do this across different career paths: data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, DevOps, the product design. We have SOC, which is cybersecurity. We have cloud and application security. We have GRC, and we have ethical hacking and penetration testing. And that's the goal. That's the goal. We have 11 courses, 11 career paths that we focus on. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. And you see, when we're talking about our experiences, when we're talking about Amdari, the things that we do, and all the things you must get a job, we have quite a number of people that have gone through our program, and we have quite a number of people that are successful. One of them is Pedro. Okay, Pedro moved to the UK looking to get a job, could have struggled to get a job, and eventually came into the SOC and Trade Intelligence Work Experience program with Amdari, and eventually was able to get a job. Now, he got a job with a tech company based in the UK as an operation technology security specialist. So OT security. So it's still almost in line with SOC, okay, and threat intelligence. And I just want you to listen to this. I actually just want you to listen to the first few minutes. Now, this role came with full visa sponsorship. So in the environment where a lot of people are uncertain if they can get a job or if they should, if they can still get sponsorship and so on and so forth, we have our people here that are landing jobs in their domain, in the career path that they want. Okay, so just listen to the first minute and a half, 1 minute 30 seconds. I just want you to capture something, all right, from Pedro's story. Okay, so I want you to listen to this. Very, very important, because it will change the way you think about getting a job in the UK. Now let's listen. Let's go straight into it.
Thanks so much, Pedro, for doing this with us.
Jennifer, can you confirm if you can hear the audio?
And congratulations on landing the...
Sorry, to play it. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what happened.
Thanks so much, Pedro, for doing this with us. And congratulations on landing the cybersecurity role. Is it SOC, or what's the job title?
It's OT security specialist, but more of OT security. So it's cybersecurity, but in operations technology.
Amazing. And it came with visa sponsorship, correct?
Yes. Role.
Yeah. Let me blow some confetti, imaginary confetti. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
All right. So I would like to know how your experience, right, the work experience at Amdari helped you go from being a job seeker to becoming job ready, right? From the mentorship to the project. How did the work experience help you go from being a job seeker to being job ready?
Okay, so for starters, in my IT career, I've been more of a lone wolf. I like to study on my own, do my certifications, but moving to the UK, I realized that I had to change. I knew I needed some form of mentorship, and that's how I stumbled into Amdari. And yes, the program helped. It provided some guided mentorship that helped me determine the road that was suitable for me and how to navigate to the next chapter. I was already in employment, but I knew I needed to pivot. And yes, the Amdari experience was very important, and it contributed to me landing this new role.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much, Pedro. So what specific aspect of this internship would you say helped you ace your interview?
Okay. For starters, Amdari helped. They have several services. I think the very first one I opted for was the CV rebuild. That is very, very important. And after the session, my CV got a lot better. I knew I was getting a lot more interviews.
All right, that's where I'm going to stop here. But you can see clearly, it said something at the beginning, and I don't want you to miss it. Okay, I don't want you to miss it. He said, relocating to the UK gave him the idea that it needs mentorship. Okay. Now, mentorship could come in different forms and in different formats. Okay. So a lone wolf in Nigeria, you don't need anybody. You just apply for jobs. You go there, go do your interview, you're done. But outside the country, it's super different, very different. All right. If you feel like you can just do it by yourself, honestly, you would do it for years before you actually get a job. All right. And you see, what made Pedro's situation a bit different was the fact that he trusted in Amdari, came into Amdari, got started, got the experience he required, got all the support, mentorship that he needs in order for him to get a job. So the goal is simple: get a job. Let's help you get a job. All right. So from the work experience program to mentorship and all the things we're going to talk about today, it works. 100% works. It works. We're not yet to play. This is another person. I mean, if you fill the attendance form, you'll get to listen to these people in full. Okay. This is also Judith. Okay. Judith also moved to the UK, couldn't get a job, came to Amdari, went through the data analytics work experience program. And guess what? She was able to get a job. So you see here on the LinkedIn profile, you would see data analyst consultant with Amdari. She started in May 2025. And eventually by September 2025, she got a job as a data analyst. Judith doesn't have two heads. What's the difference between yourself and Judith today is the fact that she took a chance with Amdari to see how we can help her get a job. It's as simple as that. So she went through the data analytics work experience program internship, and eventually she was able to get a job as a data analyst. So the reason why I'm starting with this is to tell you that all the things I'm going to talk about today works 100%. Okay, it works 100%. So if you're looking at getting started, and you have any doubts, I'm trying to soften that doubt for you. Don't worry, if the doubt is still big, don't worry, I'll help you to reduce it. Okay, that's my goal for today's session, to help you reduce that doubt that it's difficult for you to get a job in the UK. I want to help you reduce and shrink and make that thing disappear. All right, that's exactly what we're going to be doing in today's session. So what are we going to do? So as I said, I only have about an hour to be with you today. Okay, so I want to make it quick so that you don't get bored. Okay, you don't get bored and you start sleeping. It's about 8 p.m. UK time. So I'm pretty sure you guys have had a wonderful time today and you're just on your bed, on your chair, relaxing. And this guy is just speaking to you. So I want to make it very fun and exciting. 60 minutes, straight to the nail on the head. Okay, that's what I want to do for you. So I have 4 bullet points I'm going to focus on. Visa sponsorship strategy. We're going to focus on that for a start. Okay, then we move to the pathway to becoming a tech professional and getting a job. The only reason why you want to learn tech today is because you need a job, you need a better offer, you need a more flexible work. Whatever the situation is for you, the reason why you want to dabble into this is because you need a job. Either it's a sponsorship or it's not sponsorship, it really doesn't matter. You need a job. And that's what we're going to focus on. Then we talk about the work experience program, okay? The work experience internship that people have gone in and they've used that to get in a job as a leverage, okay? And we have a special offer, and I'm going to focus on that special offer when we get there. All right. So clear my doubt, Osa. Okay, let's go. I'm ready for you. Don't worry, Osa. Okay, I'm going to clear your doubts. Okay, just listen to me. All right. My name is Ifemena April. Okay, and I am the co-founder of Amdari. Okay, and before I talk about my co-founding and all this fancy experience, I'm also Nigerian. I grew up in Akure in Nigeria, moved to Ibadan for my university, got my first degree in economics, couldn't get a job. Eventually, I was able to get a job as a management consultant in Lagos. So I worked as a management consultant in Lagos for about 4 years before I decided to make a pivot from consulting to tech, to get into the tech space, okay? And you see, it took me 2 years to get a job. It took me 2 years, 2 massive years of constant learning for me to get my first job. So I kept learning. A new tool came out, I need to go and learn it. You need to go and learn Python, I will learn Python. You need to go and learn MongoDB, I'll go learn MongoDB. I was always out there learning, and I was learning for 2 years. And the reason why I'm saying this is simple. We have so many people here that they are certificate gatherers, okay? Certificate gatherers, learning courses. Okay, you're always looking for a new course to go learn. You're looking for a new certificate to go write, and that was me. And it took me 2 years before I was able to get my first job. And really, the certificates and the degrees and all these things I gathered did not help me get my first job. I got my first job and I was asking myself the puzzling question, why did it take me 2 years to get a job? Why did it take me 2 years? All right. The first tool I learned was Microsoft Excel. And the first job I got was basically Microsoft Excel. For analysis, for reporting, and everything that they were doing was Excel. So I was wondering, why did it take me 2 years? If I'd learned Excel over 2 years ago, okay, and that is the tool I just needed to use to get a job, why did it take me 2 years? And that's because a lot of people don't have information. I did not have information about what I need to get a job. I didn't have that information. So I was just working on my own knowledge. I remember what Pedro said. He said, moving to the UK, you need somebody to tell you what to do. If you're working on your own understanding or you're working on your own knowledge, your knowledge is limited. You need people. And that's exactly why the mentorship session here at Amdari is one of the best experience you would ever get. All right. All right, don't worry. I'm jumping the gun, but you see, that's exactly what we do here for you. And you see, I got my first one, got the second one, third, fourth, and that was just how my life changed. Okay. So when people are talking about it's hard to get a job in the UK, UK life is this. I was living a very good life. And that's based on the association of people also I worked with and the people I interacted with, the community I belonged to. And we decided to build Amdari, that community that would help you and hold you and get you into the job that you're looking for. All right. So let me tell you my own personal story. Very interesting story. Very, very interesting story. I'm talking about visa sponsorship. I moved from Nigeria, okay, to Ireland, okay, then I moved to the UK. And you see, nobody told me, okay, that outside the country, people will tell you that, you are living bills, paycheck, you're getting bills every month, but nobody knows the extent to these things. Nobody really paints a very detailed expense tracker. Thankfully, a lot of Instagram influencers are doing that now. But before I traveled, there was no information. It was just relocate, monthly expenses, and all that. So you see, when I started my master's, eventually I had to get a job, okay? And I got a job working in the warehouse. So you see, if Femena is looking muscular and look fit. So people will see me, I'm like, oh, Femena, do you go to the gym? And I'm like, I probably once in a week or once in 2 months, I do visit the gym. But thankfully, the reason why I'm muscular today is because I worked in the warehouse for about a year when I moved. I worked in the warehouse and they saw an African man that came to work in the warehouse. They said, okay, my bro, you need to go and be lifting all the heavy boxes, the big boxes. They gave me the big machineries and so on and so forth. So I was working, that was what I was lifting, night shift every night, But you see, one night I was thinking to myself and I was like, I moved from management consulting, okay? I wanted to get a job. I wanted to get into the tech space. Hence the reason why I relocated to do my master's. I felt like if I get my master's, I would be able to get a job. Okay, my master's would give me a leveler to help me get in the job. Okay, so that was my thought process. So, but you see, even after I finished my master's, I was like, okay, first month I'll keep applying. I went for some interviews and so on and so forth, but I couldn't get a job. I was always talking about my master's, but I literally was still working in the warehouse about 6 months after I completed my master's. So you see, the main thing here, one of the major things I realized that most people, immigrants, are focusing on is over-reliance on degrees and certificates. And the reason why you're doing that, the reason why I did that was because there was no actual experience in the tech space. I had no experience. I was working in management consulting, which was majorly HR consulting, strategy consulting, but we didn't do anything data related. We didn't do anything tech related. So I was not confident in the things I've learned, okay? I was focusing so much on my degrees and certificates. So every interview I went for, I was able to get. I will go there and talk about how I have a master's in data analytics and science, how I have done some projects in school and so on and so forth. And I got a ton of rejection emails. All right. So Over reliance on degrees and certificates is one of the major reasons why you're actually not getting a job. So the only thing that you can talk about, the only success that you can talk about is about your degree and, or I have a certificate, or I've completed some courses. It doesn't work. And I realized it the hard way, okay? So we also have UK experience, or the guys in Ireland, Irish experience, or the guys in Canada, you need Canadian work experience in order for you to get a job. Is it true? It's not true. It's a facade. It's something that people have rationalized over time. So if I get rejection every single time, every job I apply to, I keep getting rejection email, I will want to rationalize that I am not the problem. I'm not the problem. The UK, anytime I apply for a job, they give me a rejection email. Somebody even told me that if you may not change your name, change it from if you may not April to an English name like Michael, okay? Like Michael, like Phil, like Knight. Use English names, okay, when you're applying for a job. And did it work? It didn't work. It absolutely did not work. So most people, it's just gimmicks. People have rationalized the reasons why they're getting rejection emails. But honestly, is that the reason why you're getting the rejection email? Absolutely not. Now, UK experience, what does this mean? Basically, they're looking for culture fit, okay? They're looking for a culture fit. So the way you answer a question during the interview will tell them if you have experience, not UK experience. Experience. All right. And we're going to talk about that. Don't worry. Now, downplaying on past experience. I'm coming from Nigeria. I'm coming from Togo. I'm coming from Zimbabwe. I'm coming from South Africa. I'm coming from whatever part of the world. And you're moving to the UK. You just feel the need to say my experience in those countries might not be valid in this country. So you don't want to talk about those experiences. So you worked in the bank in Nigeria, or you worked as a teacher, for example. You just feel like that your teaching experience is not valid in the UK, or your health, your whatever thing you did back home, you just feel like it's not relevant in the country that you've moved to. Downplaying on your past experience is one of the major reasons why you're also not getting a job, and that's what hindered me. Also, I wasn't confident talking about my past experience. All right. Now, listen. Pedro said something. His CV did better after we worked on the CV. Now, you see, my CV also was very bad. So I was getting rejection emails upon rejection emails, and I felt like there was a problem. I knew there was a problem, but how to fix the problem was the issue. I did not know exactly how to fix the issue. So your poor CV formats and structures are the reasons why you also get the rejection emails. Now, the next thing is lack of focus. Desperation is one of the major reasons why you're also not getting a job. So you see, at the time, I was so desperate to get a full-time job. I did a master's in data analytics and data science. But you see, a friend of mine got a job as a product designer, okay? And his salary was about, at the time, was almost 40,000 euros, okay? And I was wondering, like, the guy was telling me that, I could learn product design, he will work with me, and I will get a job, that kind of thing. So, and that was how I dropped everything in data analytics, data science, I started learning product design from scratch. Started learning how to use Figma, started learning how to do UI research, UX research, everything. I started doing all that. All right. And I spent a month plus before I came to realization that, I'm starting all over from scratch again, trying to learn when I've learned something before. All right. Then I moved back to data analytics, but I had wasted a month and a half. Wasted over a month, learning a new skill without applying for data roles, without doing anything. I was learning a new career path. And that's has added a month to my, it's taken away a month from my timeline, okay? Again, another friend of mine got the job as a business analyst. I started to go into business analysis. Another friend of mine got a job as a software engineer. Guess what? If you may not want to start learning software engineering, because a lot of software jobs were available, I felt if I learn, I will get a job. You see, those times I was moving from one career path to the next career path was taking time. I had 2 years to get a full-time job. I had 2 years. Everybody in the UK, now in the UK is 18 months, okay? Now you have 18 months. So imagine you not focusing on that career path, and you're moving from one career path to the other with the hope that if I move to this new career, I will get a job. What's the guarantee? What guarantees you that? That's the interesting question, all right? So lack of focus is another reason why you are not getting the job that you're looking for. Poor interviewing skills is something No, but you really can't tell that you're bad at interviews. You go for an interview, you have a wonderful conversation, and guess what? You feel like, oh, I'm gonna hear something good. But at the end of the day, you get a rejection email, and you start to wonder, what did I say? And you see people now start to say that, oh, it's because I don't have an accent. It's because I don't speak like a British person. I don't have an accent. That's the reason, they couldn't hear me very well. Absolutely, that's nothing. I've seen people that had way thicker Nigerian accents than myself that are doing absolutely great stuff in the UK. So what do you say to those people? All right. You are not just good at interviewing. They ask you, tell me about yourself. The only thing that you say is, oh, you walk through your work history, Oh, I started working as a product designer in 2001. From 2002 to 2003, I switched my job to become a product owner. You're just talking about your experiences when they're asking you to introduce yourself. That's wrong, 100%. Okay, so you might feel like you're doing the right thing, but you don't know, and that's exactly why mentorship comes in play, because you need somebody that has experienced it, that has failed, to tell you in order for you not to fail. All right. So poor interview skills is another reason that. Let me just give you a little bit of joke. I told the guys, with the team, I had a mentorship session this week, and I was telling them interviewing. Okay, so anytime I used to go for an interview when I was in the warehouse, I was so desperate. So I was always trying to please people during the interview. So I would tell them that I just want to grow with the organization. So when they ask me questions, I will talk a little bit about it, but I would always want to focus on the fact that I am humble and I want to grow with the organization. I want to grow. I want to start from the bottom, understand the business, and grow with the business, and understand so I can impact, create some impact within the business. Now, it took one recruiter to ask me a very, very funny question. And it was like, oh, Ifemena, you have experience. I can see in your CV, you've done this, you've done that. But, why do you still want to grow? Are you a seed? Are you a plant that you want to grow within the organization? And we laughed, okay? We laughed about it. But that realization came to tell me that realization was then to now tell me that, why am I downplaying on my past experience? I work as a consultant, maybe not as a core data analyst, but why can't I talk about data analytics within the management consulting space? So if you're a teacher and you want to become a cybersecurity professional, how do you tie teaching and cybersecurity together to get what you're looking for? That's exactly what we're talking about in the interview skills I'm talking about. Now, no relevant work experience is another big burner, okay? Most companies in the UK now they prefer UK work reference. The reason why they prefer UK work reference is because it is easily verifiable, okay? It is easy to verify. So if you say you have a company in Nigeria, it is difficult for them to verify, okay? There is there's no regulatory body in Nigeria. There's a regulatory body, but they can't really just search, okay, to find out if that company exists or if that company is an actual company. So if you're in the UK, you would have heard of Company House. Okay, take for example, let me just show you. Give me a second. I'm going to get my browser so I can show you. So if you go to the UK now, there's what we call Company House. All right, Company House UK. And this, you can easily just search companies in the UK, okay? Find company information, all right? Start now, and you can literally just search. So if you search for Amdari, for example, you can literally just see Amdari Limited, okay? Amdari Limited, and you can find every information about Amdari or Company House. So it's easy to verify. It's easy for you to get the information that you're looking at. So you can see there, private limited company, 2025, nature of services, you see it here, information technology and consulting activities, management consulting activities, other than financial management, educational support services, and so on and so forth. So you can clearly see that Amdari is registered in the UK and they are valid employers in the UK. So you see, that's exactly what they're looking for. So when you say valid work reference, that's what they mean, okay? So not that your experience in Nigeria is invalid. They just want a UK company to back up your experience. So, most people don't have this. Hence the reason why there's a chase. There is this chase that, oh, I can't get a job. and they don't trust me. I need a UK work experience. They just need somebody in the UK, coming in the UK to back up your experience. And that's exactly what the case is. But you see, I changed certain things and I was able to get my first job. And guess what, guys? Guess what? The company that I was working as a warehouse operative was the same company I got my first tech job. Okay, my first role. The first role was working as a BI developer, a business intelligence developer. Okay, and I got the job and I was excited. So 2 weeks before, I was working in the warehouse. I was lifting heavy boxes, you know, working night shift, starting at around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, working all the way to, you know, 1, 2 a.m. in the morning, depending on the time. I'll even stay back to clean again. But you see, moving from the warehouse in the same organization, so I was working with DPD. If you see the uniform, anybody in the UK knows a DPD uniform. So and eventually I moved from that to getting a job working as a business intelligence developer for the same organization. So what changed? It's the same individual, but 2 weeks before, warehouse, 2 weeks after, working as a BI developer. I mean, that's exciting. I need a round of applause, guys. This guy, if you're feeling me, if you're feeling this session, if you enjoy yourself, give me a round. I need that round. I need engagement. I need to know that you guys are following. All right. All right. That's fantastic. Beautiful. Okay. So that's my own success story. Okay. But you see, there was something I implemented and, you know, that worked for me. Okay. So I got the first job. This job was paying okay. It wasn't great, okay, but it was paying good. It was okay compared to the other people that I knew that got jobs, you know, because I had other Nigerians, you know, that were doing great also in other fields. And I was like, okay, I want to get to the level. I want to get to that level also. You see, the first problem was get a job. Okay, you see, problems never finish. Problem doesn't finish. The first problem was let me get a job. I got a job. The next thing now is get a better salary. Do you get understand? So the journey doesn't end. It just switches. It just wears a new cap. Okay. So I wanted to get a new job. Okay, and I implemented these strategies. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you the strategies. Okay, I implemented these strategies, and I got my next offer. So the next offer was with Dell Computing, Dell the laptop brand, Dell the computing giant. Okay, so it was with a demand planning advisor. Okay, and most people will see demand planning advisor and think it is administrative. That is a core data science role. Okay, that's a data scientist. So you're going to be doing a lot of demand planning, forecasting, predictive modeling, and so on and so forth. Now, take for example, let me just paint it for you. Let me just paint it in simple terms. Apple is going to bring out a new Apple iPhone 17 or 18 or 20 or 25. I've lost track of the numbers. Let's say Apple is going to bring out a new phone this year. Okay. How many phones should they create for the UK market, for the Irish market, for the US market, for the African market? How many iPhones should they create? How do they know the total number of produce they should create? That's exactly the job of a demand planner. Okay, so I got this job and it was fantastic. Okay, and I was excited. I went to resign. Long story short, DPD, where I was working at the time, rejected my resignation offer. Okay, and what did they do? They upped my salary to match the salary. Okay, and that came also with visa sponsorship. So they matched the offer. Okay, then they went ahead to visa sponsor to sponsor my visa. And you see, I was amazed. I was like, you know, God is working. Okay, so I just had to do well on the job and get another job in order for me to get my visa sponsorship. So I didn't go online to search for a visa sponsor job. So a lot of people are working, you know, day and night. They are on different job boards looking for a visa sponsorship and all that. I didn't do that. I was able to get visa sponsorship even faster because it was just about 2 months. Okay. 2 months later, again, I got another offer, and that was how I moved. You know, I moved into another role, which was the global business systems analyst, working with one of the largest medical technologies companies in the world. And you see, I saw that there was something that works. I'd done something that worked because in the matter of about less than 6 months, I had gotten 2 major offers that changed my career. Okay, and that's exactly what we have done in Amdari. The same thing we've implemented in Amdari, and that's why we see all these people that are getting jobs. It's not magic. Okay, they are working. There's a system that works. They applied, they did all the things that we said. They started, first of all. They started with Amdari, and that's exactly what it works. So you see, this is Darlington also, okay? Darlington also moved to the UK, went through our, went through the data science, business analysis, track, okay? Internship with us, and eventually was able to land a senior role in the UK. He currently works as a selection and implementation lead. And if you listen to Darlington, I actually want you guys to listen to Darlington. Honestly, I feel like if we have enough time towards the end of the session, I'll play Darlington's video so you can hear exactly what made Darlington get this job. All right. And those are the things that you really don't know. Okay. And that's exactly what we're going to be focusing on. So Francis is another professional. Francis is another person. Okay. Moved to the UK, had no experience in tech, had no experience in project management. If you take a look at his past experience, you will find out that he was working as a QA, quality assurance. Okay, had nothing to do with project management. Went through our project management internship, was able to get a job as a project manager with Deloitte in the UK. All right, so that's Big Four. So coming from working as a quality assurance, okay, to getting a job as a project manager working with Deloitte, it's massive. It's a massive shift. All right. So that's exactly the kind of things that we do here at Amdari. And that the list goes on and on and on. We also have a Poyemi also finished a master's in data science, felt like she got a distinction, a master's in a master's program, thought it was going to be easy to get a job, couldn't get a job, came through Amdari, was able to go through the data science master internship, and eventually she was able to get a job. These are actual people. The reason why I'm telling you this is that, okay, if it works for me, it has also worked for so many people that have come through Amdari. Okay, let's go. Okay, Sandra also got a job as a data protection paralegal. So she went through the GRC track with us at Amdari, and she was able to get a job as a data protection paralegal. So a lot of people are currently learning GRC will find it difficult to get a job because they have no valid work experience. And that's exactly why you see, you can use this experience on your LinkedIn, you can put it on your CV that you currently work in Amdari, and you can use this experience, talk about it during the interview process, talk about the things that you've done, and eventually you get a job. It's as simple as that. Okay, that's not the only strategy. Don't just go and say that I'll want it on my LinkedIn and that's the end. No. Okay, so Jerry also got a job as a data scientist in the UK, working with the civil service. All right, and you can see it here. Hi, Emeka, that's him talking to a specialist. Just wanted to officially let you know that I landed the data analyst role within the civil service, and it's a level promotion also, or level promotion too. I was asked to prepare a presentation on any data analysis project. I did and submitted our first project, saved me a lot of time and gave me confidence. Also spoke about the SQL project when they asked about data acquisition. Thank you so much for your mentorship, Emeka. And that's it. You see, getting a job requires mental. You need that experience. You need the experience in order for you to get a job. So now let's jump into what you need to get a job. It's as simple as that. Let's I said I have 1 hour, so I have 44 minutes. So now, if you're following me, give me a thumbs up, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Don't let me just be going by myself and thinking that, okay, fantastic. I can see all the thumbs up. Beautiful. I love this. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And I hope I'm doing a good job. Okay, fantastic, beautiful. All right, please ensure you fill the attendance so you can get access to the recording of this session. Okay, all right, you need it. So four questions you need to ask yourself today. 4 questions everyone here has to have asked themselves, and you need answers to. Okay, number 1 is what career guarantees job sponsorship? What careers in the UK guarantees job sponsorship? Now, the second question is, what visa opportunities can I explore? Are there opportunities? Okay, are there strategies that I can deploy in order for me to get a visa sponsored job in the UK? We're going to talk about that. Okay. Now, the next thing is, what companies can I target for sponsorship? I mean, targeting is one of the major things people don't talk about. I'm going to share my experience again. So I moved from Ireland. I had a visa sponsored job role in the UK, in Ireland at the time. But I got married and then I moved to the UK with my wife, okay? And I was looking at getting a visa sponsored job, and I did the same thing I did in Ireland. I would just apply for any job. I did very well on the job, and eventually they were looking at sponsoring. So I got another better offer. Okay, I got a better offer with the Post Office UK, and it was for me to lead a digital transformation project. Data. It was majorly data. Okay, majorly within the data ecosystem, the data side of things, to lead digital transformation within the organization. So I came in, did my work. I went all full. Did very well. And eventually they were looking at, making me full time because I came in as a contractor. Okay. So they were looking at making me full time. And then eventually I was like, okay, I need sponsorship also. Okay. So if you want to make me full time, I want, sponsorship. And the lady, the HR looked at me and was like, oh, if you mean now, Post Office doesn't sponsor. And I looked at her like, how would a company like the Post Office UK, the Post Office, big Post Office UK, cannot sponsor me? Do you understand? So it was then I realized that there were companies that can sponsor and there were companies that could not sponsor. So I just felt like it's a company in the UK. A company in the UK should be able to sponsor me now. Do you understand? Any company should be able to sponsor me. But there is a list of companies in the UK that can sponsor. Now, to make this strategy a little bit beautiful and juicy for you, you can actually know companies that have sponsored people in the past. So if you're targeting organizations, target organizations that have given sponsorship in the past, not just one, not just two, not just 10, but they've given, a reasonable number within a year. So you target them and you know that if I work in this organization, there is a higher chance of me getting the job. How do you know all this information? I'm going to share everything with you today. So all you need to do is just sit down and relax. I'm going to share everything with you today. No gatekeeping. I'm not gatekeeping anything. Now, the last thing is, how can Amdari help me achieve this? Get a job, get a visa sponsor job. You want to get a job. How can Amdari help me achieve this? Those are the things that we need to focus on in the next few minutes. Okay. I thought I was doing well with time, but I mean, I want to believe you guys are learning from this. Okay. So 4 questions everyone needs answer to. The career paths that would help you get sponsored in the UK, the visa opportunities that you can explore, the companies that can offer you sponsorship, and how can Amdari help me get started with this? Now let's jump straight into it. One thing I usually tell most people, this statement is one statement that you should have at the back of your mind any day, anytime. And the statement is, focus on acquiring skills, not certificate, okay? Not degree. Focus on acquiring skills and experience in careers that guarantees you a job. So you see, those are the keywords that you need to have at the back of your mind. Skills, experience, careers, job. Those are the main thing. All right. So what are the jobs that you need to do? Okay. So in choosing this in-demand career path, we looked at this document called the Future of Jobs Report. And I'm going to share that with you also. If you fill the attendance, I will send these documents to you. So if I click here now, for example, it's going to load up on my page, right, on the website, and you see it here. It's a 290-page document talking about the Future of Jobs Report. Okay. So it talks about the future of jobs, essentially. So now that's not enough. So what we did also is we did geographical analysis, looking at the UK. What jobs can get you sponsored in the UK? So we looked at this document, compared it to the jobs in the UK that the government has termed, skilled work visa, for the skilled work visa, okay, or shorted list. That's what we looked at, and we compared it together, and we came up with 11 career paths, 11 distinct career paths. All right. So we have the career path of a data analyst, data engineer, project manager, cybersecurity analyst, data scientist, business analyst, SOC analyst, ethical hacking and penetration tester. We have DevOps, we have product design, and we have cloud and application security. So you see, this career path guarantees that you get, if you get a job in any of this career path, there is a high likelihood that you can get sponsored. All right. So those are the things that we focused on. So you see, these are career paths that are going to continue to grow. So you need to read that document. It's a 290-page document that talks about career paths that will continue to grow. All right. So off top of the list, you'll see big data specialist. You'll see data warehousing specialists. You'll see data engineers. You'll see database and networking professionals. These are jobs, career paths that can guarantee you get a job. So you would also see AI and machine learning specialist, you would see data analyst and data scientist. So a lot of people will say that there are no jobs in data or data is saturated. That's just a very, very interesting, perspective. Now we have cybersecurity also. You have security management specialist, you have information security analyst, and you also have networking professionals, which also is a part of cybersecurity. Now, you also have UI UX designers. You see UI UX designer, also that's product design. You would see business analyst, okay? So you see digital transformation specialist roles, and you also see process automation specialist. These falls into the domain of business analysis, all right? So you can see there is data engineering, there is data analytics and data science, there is product design, there is business analysis, there is DevOps, and there is cybersecurity. All right. Now, these are career paths that will continue to grow. You could also take a look at career paths that will continue to decline, and you'll get to see that there are quite a number of roles there that will decline in the next 5 years. So if you're a compliance officer, for example, you are at threat, okay, of a decline in the coming years. We have the role of relationship managers. All right, you have the sales representative, construction laborers. All right, there's a lot of automation, AI going on at the moment. Architect and surveyors. These are roles that continue. This is not Amdari that is saying this. This is the Future of Jobs report created by the World Economic Forum. Okay, so if you read this document, you get to see the list of roles that will grow and that will decline. But our goal from this session is to focus on career paths that will continue to grow. So you'll see project managers. Now, when you look at project managers, it's not just a regular project manager. It's what we call an agile project manager. Majority of the organizations that you get to work with today are implementing agile. Okay, either you are a physical product, either you're in construction, either you are in something we call, there's an hybrid, which is called Wagile. So it's a combination of waterfall and agile. If you've never heard of this before, don't worry. Well, maybe after the session you can ask questions and I will explain it for you. So there's waterfall methodology for project management, and there is agile. So when you merge them together, you get Wagile. Okay, so these are the things that you will get to work on, and it's not just, oh, I got a PMP and that's the end. That doesn't help you get a job in project management today. All right. So you also have business intelligence analysts, you have sales and marketing professionals, you have supply chain and logistics specialists, you have management and organization analysts. These are all data analytics, data science related roles, okay? And you also have database architect, which is the role of a data engineer, all right? So you see all these are tech career paths that if you learn today, all right, you can get a job that guarantees visa sponsorship. All right, and we're still going to take a look at roles in the UK anyways that will provide you with visa sponsorship. Now let's explore what each career path entails for you to land a job. And I want you guys to take this very seriously. I want you guys to do this when you get back. When you get back. I mean, today, if possible today, all right, maybe after the session, I want you guys to do this. We're going to do something very interesting, very, very interesting. And it's going to take me about 10 minutes. I want to show you something very quickly. So I want you to open your browser, okay? And the first thing that you need is a blank document. A blank document. You could use a Word document on your laptop, all right? You could get a Word document on your laptop or any document on your laptop, as long as you can copy and paste in there. A blank document works perfectly. Now, the next thing I'm going to go to, all right, is I'm going to go on LinkedIn, okay? Or better still, which other job is in the UK? I'm going to use read.co.uk. All right. So I'm going to use read.co.uk. This is a job board in the UK. All right. So now I'm going to look for a role. So let's take, for example, the role of a business analyst. So do I have any business analysts in the house? Give me a thumbs up. Anybody that's looking to get in a job as a business analyst. All right. Anthony, just Anthony and Anna and Rika. Maybe I'll use another career path. Let me just use business analyst, okay? So I'm going to use the role of a business analyst, and I'll search for that, okay? So for this, now let's take a look at the role of a business analyst, okay? So a lot of jobs have come out, so I'll just look at roles that came out in the last 3 days. I'll focus on the ones that came out in the last 3 days. So a senior business analyst role, so you see, these are the information. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy everything from the bottom to the end. So you see, let me just copy everything. I'll just copy everything from the bottom to the end of it. Okay. I'll come and copy everything. Skills and knowledge. Here's what we want. I'll copy everything. So copy the entire job description. Copy everything. Go to your blank document and paste. So we're going to do this for about 5-6 rows. Okay, we're going to do this for about 5-6 rows. So copy and paste. That's all you have to do. I'm going to go to the next one again. Okay, and I'll copy again from this, and I'll take it down to the end, and I'll do what? I'll copy it, come to my blank document, I'll paste it. I'll tell you the reason why we're doing this. Okay, so for people that really want to get a job, you will see the reason why we're doing this in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm going to do this for, I've done that number 2. I'm going to do this again for another one. This is number 3. I think this is almost the same role. BST. Okay, it's the same Accenture. It's with Accenture. It's the same role. Okay, so ensure you're not taking the same role. This is Ahorn. Okay, I'm going to take this from the top again to the end. Okay, I'm going to take this again, copy, come back to my document and paste it. Then go again. And that's 3 rows. Okay, there's an IT business analyst. I'll copy this one again, also from the top. All the job description, copy from the bottom to the bottom. Copy it, move to the blank document. That makes it number 4. Then I'm going to do one more. Let's just make it 5. I would want you to do this with multiple anyways. Okay, I would want you to do this with multiple jobs. So it will be as accurate as possible. All right. So I'm gonna do this another one. This is another one. So I'll just copy as much as I can. Okay. But just because of time, I might not be able to do a lot. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this again. Come here and paste. All right. Come to the last but not the least one. Let's just take out this particular one. This one is 60 to 80,000. That's very good. Fixed term contracts. All right. So you're looking to get in a job. This is something that you need to do. Okay. I'm gonna paste it here again. Okay. I'll paste it here. For the sake of plentiness, let's just add one more, just because of this is 400 to 450 pounds per day. I mean, these are opportunities that you are missing out on either in the UK or you're looking at getting into business analysis. These are job opportunities that exist today that you don't know they exist. So now that's enough. We've done about 6. We don't have enough time. So what you need to do now is, you see, Jason Davis word cloud is what we're going to work with. So just go to your browser and search for Jason Davis. Jason Davis word cloud. Okay, word cloud, and I'll press enter. So you see it here. The first link that you see there is Jason Davis word cloud. Click on that. All right. So I'm just going to make some adjustments. Okay. So you see where you have orientation, I don't want it slanting, scattered slanting in this manner. So I'll change this -60 to 0, and I'll press enter. So it will be, and I'll change this 60 also to 0 and make it straight. So I want to make it straight so that you can see the words yourself. You can see the words yourself. Okay. So 250 words. I don't need 250 words. I'll change it to 100. So top 100 words. Okay. Top 100 words is what I'm going to focus on. So I'm just looking at the top 100 words. So what I'll do now, in this my blank document, I have copied and pasted 6 job descriptions. If you're doing this, please ensure that you're doing more. You're doing like 20, you're doing like 30. Okay, the more you have, the more accurate you're going to get. Okay, so I'm going to copy everything. Control-C to copy. I'm going to copy everything. Okay, copy everything that you have here, that you've copied and pasted, all the job description. You see this box over here? I would copy everything, delete what I have in there, and I will paste my job description. Everything, all the job description I've copied, the 6 of them, I'm going to copy and paste it in there. Okay, so you see it here. Join the Superg head office. Okay, Super Drug head office, sorry. Make a deal difference. Basically, that's what they have there. That's part of the job description. Okay, so once I click on go now, it would look for the keywords that appears every single time. It will look for the keywords that appears the most in those 6 job descriptions. Okay, in those 6 job descriptions, these are the keywords that appeared most often. Okay, so that's why I'm looking at the top 100 words. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, let's look at some of the keywords, the words that they have there. So you're looking at getting a job in as a business analyst, and your focus is BCS, for example. Your focus is, oh, I just need to get a master's in business. I just need to get a certification to back up my experience. Among 6 job roles, okay, in the UK, all right, you don't see certification in here. Top 100 words for business analyst roles in the UK today. There is no certificate, there is no degree, there's no anything there. And we did this randomly, okay? And you see, what's the keyword that you have there? Experience. So everybody needs to hire somebody that has experience, true or false. Everybody wants somebody that is experienced. The positive question you guys will be asking is today, if you mean, where do I get this experience? This experience that you're talking about, where do I get it from? Okay? But let's take a look at other things, okay, that make up a business analyst. You see stakeholder, okay? And majorly it's going to be stakeholder management, stakeholder analysis, so on and so forth. Requirement gathering, okay? So you see design, okay? You see user design, you see analysis, you see the words like customer, you see words like technical solutions, you see things around delivery, you see around the UK, you see impact, you see everything is there. The keywords that makes up a business analyst, you get to see it. If you reduce it to the top 50 words, to even reduce it further, okay, let's see the top ones again. You will see experience is part of the top words that appeared in just 6. In just 6. I'm saying you should do more than 6. Do 20, do 30. So you get to see the extent. You will see the clear difference between each word that appears more frequently. All right, and you see experience. That's exactly what helps you get a job. Experience is the only tiebreaker. It's the only thing that helps you get a job. All right. What are the other things that you need to learn? You need to learn how to, requirement gathering. You need to learn stakeholder analysis. You need to learn, some form of analysis, and so on and so forth. Process mapping, you see processes. So you see process improvement, process mapping, and all that. You need to do all those things. This is just a business analyst role, and we did that with just 6 job descriptions. All right. So who's going to do this today? Let me see. If you're going to do this, give me a 1 in the chat. I want to see. I want to say, like I said, the things I'm teaching you today are things that you can start to implement today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. You can start to look at it to say that, I need to get a job this month. What are the things that I need? Let me just get like 30 job roles of different jobs and see what pops out the most. Who's going to do this? Let me see. Anna, Rachel. And one thing I'll tell you, we have a lot of ladies in the house within Amdari that are doing very great. Most of our testimonials you'll see are ladies. All right. So if you're a lady in the house, you have lots of women in the house that would help you get started, to be honest with you. And I'm just looking at the first set of people that said that they want to do this, and majority of them are women. All right. So I think I'm excited about this, honestly. All right, beautiful. Demola, I can see your energy. Let's go. All right. I mean, I'm having a good time. Honestly, I love impacting people, and that's exactly why we've been very successful. The impact that we focus on is a major game changer for us. But now let's jump. We're about 1 hour into it, so let's have about 30 minutes to go. Okay, so try to do this today and see for yourself what roles, what skills, what are the things that you need to focus on. It's to give you a bird eye target, bullseye target. Focus on what you need to align on. Okay. Now let's focus on visa opportunities. I'm very sure everybody's saying, okay, now I know the career path I want to go into. Okay. Amongst these 11 career paths that we stated, I know the one I want to focus on. Okay. Now, what about visa opportunities that you can explore? Now, I have 4 in front of me. 4 ones that I would say are one of the major ones that you can focus on. Number 1 is a skilled worker visa. That's the one that is open to graduates or anybody that wants to move from Nigeria to the UK, so on and so forth. There's another one I wanted to talk about, but I'll probably just chip it in when I'm speaking about maybe scale-up visa. Okay, I'll speak about that. Okay, so we have the skilled worker visa that's based on occupation, based on shortage list, based on occupation shortage list in the UK. We have the global talent visa. Okay. So that is splitted into two. Okay, we have the global promise and you have the global talent. Okay, exceptional promise and exceptional talent. Okay, we'll talk about that also. We have the innovator founder visa. Okay, and we have the scale up visa. Now, a lot of people don't know about the scale up visa. If you don't know about the scale up visa, give me a thumbs down reaction, thumbs down reaction. Have you heard of the scale up visa? No. All right. You can see quite a number of people have not heard about the scale up visa. So we'll talk about that also. So you see, I'm trying to put so much into a 1 hour session. So it's a bit tricky. Do you get me? Okay. And I'm pretty sure you're learning from this. So skilled worker visa is one of the key ones that we're going to focus on. And that's because most people go to the UK to do your masters, finish their masters, and the focus is for them to get a job. All right. So there are quite a number of changes with this, okay, over time, but the background remains the same. The reason why they reduced it from 24 months to 18 months, a lot of people will say the UK is wicked. The UK is not wicked. They have a goal. There's a goal for them. The reason why they're running the skilled worker visa is for them to bring the smartest people into the country. Okay, to bring the smartest people to fill certain type of roles. Now, what they observed, if you read the document, okay, we had a session about this a couple of weeks ago. If you read the document, and I showed everybody on the call the document, I showed them the document, and it was clearly they wrote it there. Most people are coming for their masters to take on the skilled worker visa. Okay, they are supposed to finish and transition into roles within their career path or graduate level roles, at least a graduate level role. But you see, a lot of people were pivoting into things that had nothing to do with their career. So you see a lot of immigrants coming to the UK, going into finish their masters and go straight into care. So you paid money to do a master's in business, let's say in international business, all right? And you finish the master's, instead of you to look for a job within that space or even within the graduate level space and all that, you see a lot of them going into the care space because it's sort of guaranteed. Now they've even eliminated sponsorship from care. All right. So you're left with focus on getting a job, an actual job. Now there's you need a job offer, okay, and a company that will sponsor you. Okay. So you need COS, certificate of sponsorship. Now, eligible occupation list, I'm going to share all that information with you today. I'm going to share everything. All right. So now, what companies can I target to get sponsorship? What companies can I target to get sponsorship? Now, there's a list, and you'll be surprised that there are actually a lot of people. The reason, please ensure you fill the attendance because you need those links. The links are there already. So I just had to click on it, and it took me to the web page. All right, so you need to fill the attendance so you can get access to this document, so you can check it out yourself, okay? And the recording of the session, so you can see how I'm combining all these things together. So you need to click on the link, okay? So you see register of worker and temporary worker license sponsor. So you see, when I applied to the post office initially, I didn't know they couldn't sponsor me. I just felt like they were big in the UK. There's no way a public-private organization like this would not be able to sponsor me. But eventually, I found the hard way after working about almost 6 months in that role, in that capacity, and I found that they couldn't sponsor me. It felt I'd waste. I was honest. That was like my, that was my what do you call it? That was my major. How will I put it? A major target for me. So I felt like, okay, it's the post office. They're big enough. They should be able to sponsor me. So, and that's the reason why I went on. And it was a leadership role. It was beautiful. Came with nice perks. Came with nice leadership. Nice leadership perks essentially. So, but eventually I found the hard way that post office doesn't sponsor. Okay, and that is when I started to look like, are there companies? There's a list of companies that can actually sponsor me. So you see this now. Okay, this is the list. From all you need to do is just click on this link. Once you get the link, click on this first link here, and it will download an Excel document for you. It will download an Excel document for you. Okay, so you see it here. Now you'll see the organization name. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to zoom in a bit, okay, so you can see it yourself. I'm going to zoom it a bit, okay, and reduce the size so you can see my screen very well, okay. All right, so you'll see the company name. I want you to see everything together. Let me close this one. Okay, so you see the company name here. All right, you see the company name. All right, organization name. You'll see the town and city. You'll see the county. You'll see the work, the type of rating, and you'll see the route. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply a filter. Okay. I'm going to apply a filter. Just click anywhere in the data. Click on sort and filter. Click on filter. Okay. And it will apply a filter. In this route, click the drop down, and our focus for routes is there are so many routes. Okay, there's charity route, there's creating worker route, there is global business mobility route. Now, the global business mobility route is a very good one also. I'm probably going to talk about it. I said I'll talk about it in the scale of visa. I'll talk about it when I get to scale of visa. All right. So you see, we are focused on the skilled worker visa. We are focused on the skilled worker visa. So I'm going to look here and I'll look for skilled worker. Okay. So I'm looking at companies in the UK that can offer skilled worker visa. That's the sponsorship on that skilled worker visa. So I'll select skilled worker visa and I'll click on OK. And now this is a list of all the companies in the UK that can give me a sponsorship on my skilled, on that skilled worker visa, essentially. All right. So you see the organization name, you see the town, the county, the work rating, and skilled worker visa. Now you see this again. You see the town and city. So I mean, if you can't be looking across the country. So if you're based in, say, for example, you're based in the Manchester area of the or London. So you can come here and search for London, okay? And then you'll see everything that has to do with London. Anybody that is located in London, all right? If you're looking at sponsorship in London, if you're looking at sponsorship in Manchester, just come here, type in Manchester, and you see everything here that has to do with Manchester, and you get to see it. So once you click on OK, it will filter to all the companies in Manchester that can offer you sponsorship visa. I mean, if you're learning something, give me a thumbs up, because I know I'm doing something practical. So a lot of people might lose out a little bit. So if you're following me, give me a 1 in the chat or give me a thumbs up, any one of them. Okay, beautiful. So now these are the list of companies in Manchester that can offer you sponsorship. Okay, that can offer you sponsorship. But now, is it all of them? Do you need to go and target all of them? So if you look at the organization name, you have 2,800 companies. All right, you have 2,800 companies in the UK that can sponsor your visa. Okay, but do you need to target all 2,800 of them? No, you can't target all of them, because some of them might have not even issued sponsorship in the last 2 years. But how do you know if they've offered sponsorship before? That's exactly what we're going to focus on. See the strategy. Now you see where we started from. We've identified the career path. We've identified the companies that can sponsor. But now we want to be very strategic. We want to know, okay, how many COS have been issued by this company? How many COS, certificate of sponsorship, have been issued by this company? All right. I'm going to click on this link again. Please fill the attendance so you can get these links, okay? So you can get this link and the recording and try it by yourself, okay? So you see 2024 visa COS database UK. Now, if I look at this and I focus on, let's focus on visa type, skilled worker, okay? So just once you click on the link, come to this box where you have these filters, okay? You'll see select visa/permit type. Click the drop down, go to skilled worker, okay? Skilled worker, click on that, okay? And then search listings, okay? And I'm going to click on that. Now that will take you straight to companies that can sponsor you on the skilled worker visa, okay? You can put in your location, and all that, and you get to see, all right? Now with this, you'll see Fruity Jobs, for example, category hospitality and catering, okay? They've sponsored 8,310. Now, you know that if you get a job with this company, there's a high likelihood that you get a job, you get sponsorship, okay? Tata Consultancy Services, we have 6,928 COS that have been issued, okay? So you see Cognizant, one of our guys, one of the guys I worked with, okay, helped to get a job. Also work with cognizance. You see this 1,900. These are big numbers. 1,000 is it's massive. It's a good number. So those are the kind of companies that you want to target. So you have the NHS Trust. NHS is another place where you can easily get a job. Not easily, but you can get a job and it will sponsor you. So you see this one location is in Manchester. This is in London. This is in London. This is in Stansted. Who is in Stansted? I don't know. But if you're there, that's a company that you can focus on. Ryanair. So you see 1,500. Okay. Infosys 1,400. So you can actually search the company, okay, and see if they can sponsor you. You can search them out, okay? So search certain keywords. So if we're looking at the likes of, let's take a look at what job, let me just say, let me just say KPMG, okay? So KPMG, I'm just gonna search listings, okay? And you can search and it will just pop out, okay? So you see KPMG, you can see now they've issued about 679. That's also good numbers, okay? KPMG LLP, you have 183. Strategy and consulting, about 19. So you know that if you get a job with strategy and consulting, island anyways, you might not be able to get too much, okay? But accountancy and all that. But if you get with human resources, sales, these are roles that you likely will be able to get a job as visa sponsorship. So now we're combining all these things together. We're combining them together to see the companies that can sponsor, and we want to find out companies that have issued highest number of COS. Does this internship work only for people in the UK? No, anybody anywhere. Anybody anywhere. Okay. So there's also job boards where you can get visa sponsorship also. And what we have done also, I'm going to share it with you in a few seconds. All right. What we have done is you don't need it's paid, it's a paid platform. So what we do also at Amdari is we have made those payments and we make these jobs available for you. So instead of you subscribing to this by yourself, okay, we subscribe and then we created a job board on our platform. So if I go to Amdari's website today, and I go there to go to the job board, okay, I go there to, you see we have a job board on our platform. So job board, okay, I'll come down here and you see visa sponsor jobs. So what we are doing is we have subscribed to this platform. We'll subscribe to the platform so you don't have to subscribe to it, okay? And what we do is we gather the information from this website, UK Visa sponsor jobs, and then we make it available for you. So across all the career paths from data analysis, data science, cybersecurity, so on and so forth, that's what we have done to help you get a job, to get sponsorship. Okay, so you see, all these strategies have been deployed to see how you can get a job, how you can get a sponsored job in the UK. Another very cool place is the NHS. So NHS is definitely a place that you can easily, apply to, and you're almost guaranteed a visa sponsorship. Most of the people that we work with, or people have gotten jobs in the NHS, we have a ton of them currently working with the NHS, from business analysis to data engineering to project management to cybersecurity. We have people literally working with the NHS, okay? And we usually bring them back to walk you through how you can go through the recruitment process, okay, in order for you to get a job. Their own experience and what they recommend to you, basically helping you get a job faster and better, all right? And that's the reason why you need a community, okay? So we also have the Global Talent Visa, okay? All right, we have the Global Talent Visa, and the Global Talent Visa is focused on talent, people that have experience, people who are promising also fall into this category. So we have the exceptional talent and we have the exceptional promise. Okay, exceptional talent, basically people that are already established. Okay, and promise is if you are still, I think 3 years, 2-3 years in experience, you can also apply for exceptional promise. I've seen people with 2 years get exceptional promise, so that's something that you can also explore. So what I've done here is to provide you with everything that you need to know about GTV, which is a Global Talent Visa. Everything you need to know. So it's a Notion page, okay, that contains everything you need to know about the Global Talent Visa application guide, essentially. So everything that you're looking for, every single information about the Global Talent Visa. So guidelines, content, how your documentation should look like, eligibility criteria, all the document checklists, example of evidence, mandatory criteria, everything you need to know about the GTV. I have provided you this document to help you go through it, help you navigate how to get started. If this is something that you're interested in, I will send the link to you. So all you need to do is you just fill the attendance form and you'll get all the information from here. All right. Now the global talent visa, and it's one of the major pathways you could also explore. All right. You might think that you must be a tech professional. Not really. No, it's not only for tech, but yeah, tech people. All right. It's designed for tech, but they bring in other people within the tech ecosystem. So, take for example, a product designer or even a project manager or so on and so forth can all apply for the role of a global talent or apply for global talent. Now, number three is Innovator Founder Visa. That's you establishing a business. Now, some of you might feel like you must have a business already. No, you don't have to have a business. You don't have to have a business to get the Innovator Founder Visa. So in order for you to do this, I've also done what again? I've provided you documentation that will provide you with everything that you need to know about the Innovator Founder Visa. So you can actually create the business in the UK. So if you look at eligibility, for example, okay, so before you apply, you need to have a business or business idea. It might be an idea. I have an idea that I can use AI to lay my bed. Okay, it's an idea. As long as you can walk through it and it makes sense and it's assessed by an endorsed body, you can actually qualify for the Innovator Visa, Innovator Founder Visa. So this is another pathway that you could also, you could explore. Read about it, every information about the knowledge of English, documents that you need, apply outside the UK, your partner and children, extend your visa, switch to another visa, or switch to this visa. If you're on another visa currently and you want to switch to the Innovator Founder Visa, that's something you could explore. All right. So that's the Innovator Founder Visa. So essentially, it cuts across innovation, viable, and scalable business idea. So it could be an idea. It doesn't mean that your business has to be profitable or you need to have employees or you need to have launched it already. It could be an idea. The only thing is that it needs to go through endorsement in order for you to be approved. Okay, there are bodies in the UK that definitely will work with you as long as you have the idea and the money to back up your experience. Okay, significant contribution, no minimum investment. Okay, no minimum investment, but demonstration of funds. So while there is no fixed minimum investment amount, you must demonstrate access to sufficient funds to set up and grow the business and support yourself. All right, there are quite a number of ways, quite individuals will work, people that are working with you would help you arrange this. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you need to have the amount. Okay, you can just show proof. How do you get this proof, or how do you get this financial model that this business is going to be scalable, this business is going to be doing good? That's exactly what you need. All right. So I mean, the last but not the least here is scale up visa. And I'll tell you this, a lot of people are sleeping on the scale up visa. So what's the scale up visa? Okay, what's a scale up visa? A scale up visa basically is you get a job with a scale up company. Okay, the scale up visa basically, in short, put it in simple words, get a job with a scale up company. What's a scale up company? A scale up company is a fast growing UK business. A fast growing UK business. Okay, beautiful, isn't it? Fast growing UK business. Where do you see, where can I access a scale up, where can I see all these scale up companies? The list that you downloaded initially, if you come to this drop down, I'm going to remove this drop down first of all. Okay, I'm going to come here to routes. So when you saw the skilled worker visa, okay, you would also see the scale up visa. Okay, so you see scale up over here. So I'm going to click on scale up. I'll on select skilled visa and I'll click on OK. And you see now you have all the scale up companies in the UK. All the scale up companies in the UK that you could apply to, that you could target. So you can take a look at them. For example, you could take a look at Cognitive Credit Limited. I could copy this, and what I'll do is I'll go to my browser and I'll search for them. Okay, I'll search for Cognitive Credit Limited and I'll press enter. So now you see it here. This is it. Cognitive Credits, okay, essential credit markets, data and analytics. So I'm going to come here, okay, and I'll search for them and take a look at the company. So your fast credit view, your own credit view, faster. trusted by all top 10 global high yield leagues, blah, blah, blah. They have every information that I don't need to know much about them. I mean, if you want to apply to them, you probably need to read more about them. Okay, go to careers and find out opportunities that exist in the company. It's as simple as that. Skill visa is one of the fastest ways you can get sponsorship in the UK. But people don't explore it because they don't know that they exist. So you see, job offer from a scale-up business. You must have a confirmed job offer for at least 6 months from a UK business that meets the scale-up definition. You don't need to even disturb yourself. I've given you the list of where you can get all the scale-up companies in the UK. So you know this is coming from the UK government. Okay, so I'm not trying to think, or are you a scale-up business? Are you not? You have the list. Work with the list we provided. Okay. Okay, that has demonstrated growth of at least 20% in either turnover or employee count in each of the last 3 years, and had at least 10 employees at the beginning of that period. Essentially, that doesn't concern you. Those companies are already on the UK website. Go and use them. All right. Certificate of sponsorship. Your employer will issue you COS. The job must be at least RQF level 6. RQF level 6 basically is an entry level role, a fresh graduate. You just finished university, BSc, you know, that kind of level role. Okay, RQF, that's exactly what it is. Okay, minimum salary, your salary must be at least £36,000, okay, per year on the going rate, or the going rate for the job, which is whichever is higher. So I mean, all you need to be targeting is targeting above 40k in salary for scale-up visa, and you would be good to get sponsorship in the UK. Another one that people sleep on, I said I was going to talk about it, is the Global Mobility, Business Mobility Program. So let me click on that, okay? So you see over here, you have the Global Mobility Program, graduates, secondment, you have senior service and UK, you have all this, global mobility. So what does global mobility, what does this talk about? What does this talk about? It's talking about companies that exist in Nigeria, for example. So if you're in Nigeria, I saw somebody said they're in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, for example, and you want to move to the UK, all right, instead of doing a master's, okay, and spending millions and millions of dollars or pounds, okay, you could actually get a job with a company that is already in Nigeria. Okay, so take for example, you know, you have the likes of KPMG, you have the likes of Deloitte, PwC, and there are a ton of them. Currently on the list here, we have about 11,000 companies. So if you look at the ones that are currently that have an office in Nigeria, for example, all you can just do is target those companies, okay, and say you can get a job there. Okay, working in that organization, you can work to the extent whereby you could be transferred to the UK based on the Global Mobility Program. Okay, so that's another strategy quite a number of people in the big fours use, and banking. All right, so you just see a friend of yours that moved from Nigeria to the UK. I moved. My company moved me to the branch in the UK. How did they do it? It's because they got a job there and they moved to the UK. That's something you can consider if you're in Nigeria. Or if you want to move to Canada, for example, all you need to do also is, I think Canadians also have the same work. They have the same global mobility visa for most organizations. US, Canada does the same thing. So you could also explore that of Canada and see how you can use it also in the UK. All right. So this has been a lot of information. What do you guys think? Just one word. What do you think about the session so far? Is this impactful? Is this knowledgeable? Is this insightful? I want one word, just one word in the chat. Let me see. So I can wrap it up and then we can call it a day. Okay. Also, Godwin, that's beautiful. I love it. Insightful also. Oh, I'm excited about this. This is beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm happy. I am very, very excited that you guys are happy to be learning from this. Okay. So these are the things that, you know, a lot of people, you need information in order for you to mind-blowing, amazing, and all-encompassing. Oh, beautiful. I love this. Beautiful. I'm excited about this. So now, how can Amdari help me? So the question now, which we're going to use to wrap it up for today, is how can Amdari help me? So how can Amdari help me? So there are 3 things you need to get a job in today's job market. There are only 3 things you need to get a job in the job market today. So you see, you need to learn, you need to package, and you need to apply. And these are the things that we're going to help you with. Okay? Learn, package, apply. Learn, package, and apply. So what we're going to do First one is to learn. The next one is to package. And I'm going to take it one step at a time so I don't rush you. So in those 11 career paths, we have internship, okay, that would help you learn and build your experience. Okay, that will help you learn and build your experience. So as you're working on the project, you will be learning. That's what I mean by learn. Okay, not tutorial classes. Okay, we have a tutorial class. I'm going to teach how to use Excel. It's going to be a work experience. So you're going to be given a project. As you're working on that project, you will be learning as you're working on the project. And that's the best way for you to learn, honestly speaking. All right. So if you are interested in, take for example, you're interested in cloud and application security, what you would say is focus on building projects in order for you to learn. Then you can use that to get a job. Okay. So that's exactly what we're going to do. That's the work experience program. So as you're working on this project, you're also building your experience while you are learning. Now, in the same vein, we also have Amdari Learn. Okay, so Amdari Learn is, I'm just going to show you that in a few seconds. So we have a learn platform on our website. Go to our, if you want to register, you will have access to all this. So you see all courses, and you see data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity. You see SOC, you see GRC, you see ethical hacking. So if you click on all these career paths, you'll find out that you have short courses that you could also watch while you're taking your internship. So you see introduction to ethical hacking, information gathering, and reconnaissance for cybersecurity. So if you're in data project management, for example, you will see project management fundamentals, introduction to project management methodologies, the project and decision phase, all this practical, all this theoretical, are there for you to learn as you're taking your internship. So as you're taking your internship and you're learning on the project, you also have access to short courses that you can take on the platform. So you don't need to go and pay for another course again or pay for this. Everything is embedded for you. All right. The next thing is packaging, because the goal for us is for you to get a job. You need experience for you to get a job. That's where learn comes in play. Okay. You need experience in order for you to get a job. That's what the learn aspect will focus on. As you're learning, you're working on projects. Okay. Then you move into packaging. Now, the packaging aspect is where we talk about employability. We would help you out. We will do the work for you. We would work on your CV for you. We would help you revamp your CV. We would help you with LinkedIn optimization. We would help you review and revamp your LinkedIn profile. Mentorship and career coaching. So like I said earlier, we handle mentorship. And even people that have gone through Amdari and they've gotten a job, these guys will come back to walk you through how they're able to get a job. The things you need to do, the things you don't need to do, what you need to focus on, and so on and so forth. Because if Ifemina is the one that's talking to you every single time, it feels like, Ifemina, you've done this, it looks easy from your own part, but now, it's difficult, it's this, it's that. But if somebody that just got a job 2 weeks ago, or a couple of days ago, or last month, or last year, or 2 weeks ago, whatever the case might be, comes back to tell you, this is how I was able to do it. I also was a student. I know the frustration I know the frustrations. All right. And this is exactly what you need to do. You will likely follow the lead of those people. All right. So we do that peer-to-peer, mentorship, okay, where we bring in these people. We also have experts in the industry that also come in to speak to you. Interview preparation. So once you have a good CV, you have a good LinkedIn profile, you have the experience on your CV, and you apply for jobs, you will get interviews. All right. And that's where the interview preparation comes in play. We would help you out with interview preparation. Now, the next thing is job reference. Okay. We guarantee you job reference letter. So if a company wants to, you can even have it on your CV that you currently work with Amdari. And whenever you apply for a job and you need a work reference for a company in the UK or in Canada or in the US, we will give you the work reference letter, okay, to back up your experience. Okay. And last but not least, on the job support. You get a job, you're uncertain of how to go about the job, we provide you with support. So on the job support, it's also going to be part of the package. So that's employability. So you're learning, you're getting experience, you finish that, you move into packaging, okay, which is your employability, CV, LinkedIn, getting a job, navigating the job market, mentorship, everything that you need to make you desirable by an employer. And the last but not the least is application. All right. Application is you tailoring your job role. Okay. You tailoring your CV to every role. Now, we thought to ourselves, if you need to get a job, you need to have a tool that will help you tailor your resume. Okay, and what we have done at Amdari is to partner with CV Matchly. So CV Matchly is one of the best tools out there that would help you tailor your resume to every job that you want to apply to. I'm going to do a quick demo. I'm going to go on LinkedIn, for example. Okay, I'm going to go on LinkedIn. All right, and I'm going to go on jobs. I'm going to go to jobs and I'm going to search for another job this time around so it doesn't look like I'm doing business analyst every single time. So let's take a look at compliance. So even in the UK, compliance is definitely, okay, compliance, GRC, these are like very big roles in the UK, United Kingdom, okay? United Kingdom. All right, you have the United Kingdom. So I'm going to show you this. You get free access to CV Matchly. So you're not paying for this, okay? Free. As long as you remember, you get a full free access to this 100%, okay? So boom, let's take a look at this. And then okay, sorry, what am I searching for? All right, so let's say something with LinkedIn that does this for me. I don't know why it does this. So do you know what I'll just do? I'll just go to another job board. Okay, read.co.uk. All right, so I'm going to go to read.co.uk. It does that thing where it doesn't, you press enter and it keeps giving you the same roles. I don't know why it does that. So I'm going to come here and look for compliance. Okay, compliance. So compliance, this is a new UK jobs. So you see, compliance jobs, we have about 22,000 compliance jobs. Okay, so you don't need to focus on all 22,000. Focus on the ones that just got posted. Let's say in the last 3 days, 3,116 compliance jobs. So even looking at GRC as a career path, I mean, compliance is one of the best places for you to target. So you see, this came out yesterday. Compliance manager, 65 to 70,000. Let's take, for example, I want to apply for this job. You know, I'm Amdari, and I want to apply for this job. So we have partnerships with CV Matchly. We have partnerships with CV Matchly. So CV Matchly basically takes a look at your CV, okay? So let me just do it again for you so you can see it. I'm going to remove my CV, and I'm going to upload the CV. So I'm going to upload the CV from my own drive, okay? So I'm going to upload my CV. So you would have access to this, okay? You would have access to this. You would have a free access to this. So once I upload my CV, I can click on Analyze CV. So the CV is a data-related CV. So if I click on Analyze CV, all right, it will tell me that I have an 18% match. Now, what it has done is, on the surface, it has extracted the job description. So you see, we are seeking an experienced compliance professional to join the growing financial services brokerage. Basically, that's what you can see here. That's what you can see here also. So it has scraped this, okay? It has taken a look at the job description, compared it with your CV, okay? And told you, and it's giving you a score, it's giving you a rank, and it's giving you an 18% rank to tell you that, okay, your CV is not great. Your CV is not tailored to this role. If you apply, there's a likelihood that you get a rejection, okay? So you see, keyword marks, data analysis, senior management, communication, and problem solving. That's all. So missing keywords: compliance, FCA, AML, regulatory, audit, risk assessments. Basically, all that information is there. But is that enough? No. You want to tailor your resume. At the end of the day, the reason why you're doing this is for you to tailor your resume. So once you click on, generate optimized CV, once you click on generate optimized CV, it will tailor your resume for you. Okay, it will help you tailor your resume. And this is one of the major perks that you get coming to Amdari also. So you see all the people that are getting jobs, doing one thing or the other, landing their job. This is what makes it easy for them to apply, get jobs, and that's it. So you see, optimization complete. So it will take a look at your CV, take a look at the profile, and you can see now this is the adjusted CV. Accomplished compliance manager with extensive experience in financial services, specializing in regulatory compliance, risk management. You can see the FCA. You can see where it added it. You can see the AML obligation. So it has helped you revamp your experience into the experience that you can use to apply for the job. Okay, so you get access to CV Matchly, long story short. Okay, and that's what you use to apply for your jobs aggressively, and you're good to go. Okay, so CV Matchly is that tool that is there. So one thing that we do also is we have our job board. I showed you the job board earlier, where I showed you the visa sponsor jobs. Okay, we also have all jobs. Okay, with all jobs, basically it's looking at remote jobs across the major platform. So what we do also is we scrape all the remote jobs on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, FlexJob, GitHub, Remote OK, Indeed, and we make it available. So we want to make it easy for you to apply for a job. That's what we're trying to do. Make it as easy as possible for you to apply for a job. Okay, so with CV Matchly, you can easily tailor your resume. All right. And the job board also provides you with a source of truth, one source of truth. So instead of you going on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, FlexJob, we have one platform that provides you with everything that you need in order for you to apply for a job. So everything that you need is in one place. And that's why I called it, or that's why we call it your one-stop shop platform. Okay, one-stop shop. You don't need to go anywhere again. And nowhere. Everything is here. You learn, you package, you apply. The tool you use for applying is available. The tool you use for packaging is available. The learning, you have internship. Everything is available. It's at your fingertip. Ask and you should receive. That's what it is. All right. All right. So now let's move on and let's wrap it up. Okay. Why is my screen not moving? So we have a cohort starting next month, the month of February. Okay. We have the cohort starting next month, the month of February. Okay. And it's starting on the 7th of February. So that is basically next week, Saturday. And this is typically the last weekend that we have before the cohort start. And this is just a last wake-up call for most people that are looking at getting a job this year. You want to start as early as possible. Okay. So and this is something I tell most people is it always seems impossible until it is done. Until somebody else goes ahead to do it, that's when you now start to see that, okay, it's actually possible. So you see, this is Marta. Marta is was also looking at getting into project management. Okay, so you see, I learned the senior project management role in 2 months after I signed up with, Amdari for the work experience program. So you see, you can click here to listen to Marta. But we don't have too much time. I'll play it, once we can have a better conversation. Okay. So this is Betty also. Like I said, a lot of ladies in the house in Amdari are doing great stuff. So if you see a lot of ladies getting jobs, it basically means they are putting in the work. That's what it means. Okay. So if you're a lady in the house, you have a lot of ladies that would hold your hands. So you are in the right place. Okay. And guys, also don't worry, you still have guys with you that would help you. So you see over here, you see on Betty's experience, you see she joined us as an information technology project manager. This is a LinkedIn profile. All right. And you see she's working with Amdari. And what do you see? She started January 2025. Okay. And by May 2025, she got a job. She got a job working as an information technology business and / project manager. Where is she working? Echoes IT Limited. Okay, so you see, you need this experience in order for you to get a job. So you need the work reference, you need the support, you need the mentorship, you need the CV review, you need these things, the experience in order for you to get a job. All right, is that all? We also have Anita. Anita also went through the business analysis program, and currently she works as a senior business analyst with a company based in the UK. So you see her here chatting with one of the mentors in-house, specialist in-house. Mama, your girl got the job. It's here. They just sent me an email. So the specialist will prepare you for interviews. All right. And eventually, once you get the job, who else would you prefer? That's the first person you want to congratulate. You want to tell the good news. And that's essentially why you see the message there. All right. So you see, you can listen to Anita's story here. And that's the reason why I told you to fill the attendance. So when you get this document, you can listen to these people. Listen to exactly what they have to say about their experience here at Amdari. Okay. So we have the discount currently running for the first 20 people to get started. We have a discount running for the first 20 people. So instead of £500, it is currently going for £390. £390. That's a whooping 30% discount for only the first 20 people to register. Now, if you want to be part of the first 20 people, all you need to do now is register. Now, do you need to pay £390 to register? No, you don't need that. And that's what makes it very interesting. You have a 3-month monthly installments that you can start off with. Okay, 3 monthly installments, and I'm going to show you that in a few seconds. So The discount price is £390, and you can pay on a 3 monthly installments. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my. I'm going to go back to my. Just go online. Just go online. Go online. Search for Amdari. Okay, search for Amdari. You'll see the first link. Okay, come here. Come to the first link. You'll see internship programs. Okay, this is our website. Gain work experience by working on real projects in data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, and so on and so forth. So you see, once you click on internship, you'll see gain work experience that gets you hired in high demand tech careers such as cybersecurity, project management, data science, business analysis, so on and so forth. Click on apply for internship, and it will take you to a list of all the career paths that we have currently. So once you come here, okay, select any career path. Okay, so let's take, for example, you're interested in project management. You can see the discount is £500. The discount of 30% discount has been applied, so you have it at £390. So click on apply for internship. All right, okay, and then scroll down. You'll see every information that you need to know about the business, about the career path, so on and so forth. All right, so this is the project management career experience. Okay, click on apply now. Okay, now if you don't have an account, so let's take you through the journey. If you don't have an account, okay, so all you need to do is just go search for amdari.io. Okay, Amdari. Okay, click on internship, like I said. Click on apply for internship. Click on any of the programs that you're interested in. Okay, now once you click on apply now, it will take you to a welcome back page. It will take you on to this welcome back page. Okay, and what you want to do is, since you don't have an account, you want to click on sign up. You want to sign up first. So if you don't have an account, you would need to sign up first. So click on sign up. All right, put in your first name, your last name, all right, your email, your phone number, your create a password, and click on I've read the terms and condition, then go ahead to create an account. It's as simple as that. It takes less than 2 minutes. Okay, there is a verification page where you need to verify. Okay, so I'm just gonna put here, let me just say okay, 100. Oh, let's say 10 at Amdari. Okay, create password. I'm just going to, okay, I'm just okay, so you just put in your password, go ahead to sign up, put in your password, and then create an account. So once you create an account, you will see there will be a verification aspect where you need to verify your email. Just check your email or check your spam also. You will get the verification email, and you can go ahead to create an account. So once you've created an account, it will take you directly to this page for you to confirm your enrollment. So you can start February. You can start February, or you can start in March. If you're not chanced in February, you can take advantage of the discount now and start in March. Okay. Now you can see the full installments. You get an extra £40 discount if you do a one-time payment. All right. If you're doing 2 monthly installment or 3, it's at $390. So if you click on 3 monthly installments, 3 installments, for example, all you need to pay today is £100. All you need to pay today is £100. So if you're looking at getting started to getting this internship started, all you need to get started today is £100. So now, the next date of payment, you could say that you can change it to say that, okay, I don't want to pay on the 3rd of March. That's too early in the month. I want to pay at the end of the month. Okay, I want to pay at the end of the month, 28th or it's 26th or whatever the case might be. You click on 28th of March. So it has moved it from the 3rd of March to the 28th of March. And you see your other payments would also replicate the same towards the end of the month. So you pay £100 to get started. Next month, you pay £145. And the month after that, you pay £145. Now, what are the guarantees for us? What are the major guarantees for us? If you make your payments, if you commit to us today, what are our guarantees? The guarantee here is lifetime, there's a lifetime support. Lifetime support is what I wanted to write there. All right, just give me a second. All right, so lifetime support, okay? on all your job applications. So you apply, you register now, and you have a lifetime support. Okay, give me a second. All right. So lifetime career support. So it means, what does this mean? What does it mean for you? Okay, we're taking a big gamble. Okay, we're taking a big gamble to say that if you don't get a job, if you start the program, it's a 4-month internship with us. All right, it's a 4-month work experience program. If you don't get a job in 4 months, what happens afterwards? We are giving a guarantee that if you don't get a job in that 4 month period, all right, you applied, you did all the assessments, you did all the work that you say you should do, you attended the project, you attended the classes, you attended the sessions, all the sessions, you did everything, you applied, and you're unable to get a job, we guarantee that we'll continue to support you until you get a job. And guess what? At no extra cost, at zero extra cost. So all you need to do now is just pay one time with lifetime support. Okay, so if you don't believe it, that's the reason why we have people getting jobs. So we have people that started, early in the year, probably something came up, they wanted to finish their thesis, they want to do this, or they had life challenges and they couldn't do much. Fine, that's good, that's okay, as long as we understand and you can specialize, you can tell us exactly what the issue was at the time, we'll continue to support you. In fact, we help people that even attended our program in 2024, all right, we still help them with interview preparation and so on and so forth. So you get that lifetime career support at no additional or no extra cost. So if you don't, that's a big burden on us. So if you start, that's why we're only limiting it to just the first 20 people, guys. Okay, so it's not for it's not for everybody. That's the guarantee that we're saying. So we're guaranteeing that, okay, if you don't get a job, okay, this is what you get. Okay, you also get the lifetime professional work experience from Amdari. So even in 2-3 years, you want to get another job and you need a work reference from Amdari, we will give you have that lifetime access to career, work reference and career support. So that's guarantee for us. You see that we're taking a big chance on ourselves. Okay, to say you're going to be with us for 4 months. If you do all the things that you need to do and you don't get a job, we'll continue to work with you until you get a job. That's exactly what we guarantee. Okay, and it takes a big gamble. It takes a big thing for us to say that. So the key thing here is you want to get a job. Okay, we would assist you to get in the job. That till you get a job. That's the goal for us, and that's the promise that we're willing to keep. So all you need to do today is create an account, make your payments. All you need to do today is to pay £100 to get started. Once you've done that, go ahead to apply. Okay, confirm this information is correct. What information? That's your first name, your last name, your email, your phone number, and all the information that you have there. I have read the Amdari terms and conditions. You can click on the link to take a look at the terms and conditions. Nothing is too. I mean, for switching, program switching, you can switch. So you see, program switching, it takes about 2 weeks. So you might start the program and say that, okay, you know what? I'm not interested in this anymore. I want to switch. You have about 2 weeks for you to make that switch. So you can just go through it. It's straight jacket stuff, nothing too serious. So you can click on pay now and it takes you straight to the payment page. Put in your card information, click the card holder name, region, and go ahead to make your payment. It's as simple as that. Okay, so all you need to do is create an account. All right, select the personal process, go to checkout, and then you can go ahead to signify your payment. So click on pay now and make your payment. So remember, the discount is only available for the first 20 people. All right, so if you're looking at getting the job this year, please do well to be part of the first 20 people. I don't want to say, oh, if I joined your session, I couldn't pay on Saturday, and now the price has reverted to £500. I still want to get the discount. At that point, you would need to pay the full £500. You need to pay the £500 to get started. So it's a special discount for people that are looking at getting started with us. Now, Toby, you can see these are other guys, that have gotten jobs. So Toby also came through the program and also got a job. You can listen to his experience here. And you see, this is Laju also. Laju got a job as a data scientist, also in the UK. Larry got a job as a business analyst in the UK. And you see quite a number of people that have gone through our program that have gone ahead to get in different jobs offers. So let me just read this from Vivian so you see what I'm talking about. So you see, this is an email Vivian sent to me. Hi, Femena. I trust you're doing great. I come to you with delightful news. I interviewed with 3 companies and was made offers by all 3 companies: PwC, Asset Risk Consultant, and Bank Julius Baer. I'm sticking with Bank Julius Baer as a data and business analyst. The pay is great and it comes with great benefits too. So you see, these are people that have gone through the program, and have gotten benefits and were able to get jobs, offers. Okay. Online guy also got a job as a what? As a SOC analyst with a healthcare company based in Ireland. All right. Renee got a job as a systems analyst, and these are all reference requests. So you see, Online has nominated you to provide an employment reference for your application to you for the application to Healthcare Ireland. So you see, Renee also, the above named has been offered a position as a systems analyst with our company, and he has provided your detail as a referee. So we provide you a work reference. This is what we mean by that. Okay. And is that the only people? You see Funto also. Funto got a job as a BI analyst. So you see, I'm currently working with Funto who mentioned you as a referee, as a reference. To ensure I'm presenting the best candidates to my client, I conduct thorough reference checks as part of my process before putting anyone forward for a role. So that's reference letter. Do you understand? That's the reference back end. That's what you need to back up your work experience. So you see another person again, Jaden. So you see Kasman. Kasman got a job as a systems analyst. Okay. Good morning, Femena. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're keeping well. Kasman kindly pass along your details and mentioned you you might be open to share a bit of insight into his role at Amdari. That's work reference. So these are all reference emails that we've received, and you can listen to more people that have gotten jobs within Amdari. Okay, so if you're looking at becoming part of us, I mean, this is exactly where you need to be. This is where you need to be. So if you're looking at getting started, wait no longer. Okay, don't will I be able to get a job? We're giving you lifetime support. Will I be able to get a job? If I don't get a job in that form, we are giving you lifetime support. Okay, we're putting our value on, we're putting ourselves on that, we are putting ourselves there to say that we'll continue to support you until you get a job. Do you understand? And it's only available for the first 20 people. Don't say that, okay, I'm going to pay next week and before the program starts and I want all the perks and benefits. You need to be part of the first 20 people. All right. Now, I think I'll take some questions and then we can call it a day. So if you have any questions, please do well to raise up your hand and I will take your questions, okay? But before that, I'm going to take a look at the chats, okay? So if you have any questions, raise up your hand and I'll be taking your question one after the other. So let's start with the chat first. Let me just go through the chat a little bit. Please, do you send me the recording? Okay, yes. If you fill the attendance, you will get access to the recording. Okay, so I think that's that. How and when is the class weekly? Very good question. Very good question. So, how and when are the classes? This internship is going to be for 4 months. Let me just create. Sorry, I want to get a pen so I can easily write and show you guys what this entails. All right. Okay. All right. So with this, just give me a second. Somebody's microphone is muted. It's not muted. How do I have to mute somebody? Okay. All right. So now let me just get a pen. So I want to answer this question in a few seconds. So that's the reason why I'm trying to get a pen to write on the screen. So essentially, the internship is for 4 months. 4 months. Okay. You're going to be with us for 4 months and you're going to be working on projects, different types of projects. So what kind of projects? I'm going to share that with you in a few seconds, okay? But I'm just going to get this so that I can write for you. All right, so the internship is going to be for 4 months. Like I said, 4 months internship. So in these 4 months, okay, you would have projects, okay? Well, looking at in these 4 months, you'll be working on a minimum of 5 projects. I'm going to show you all this, okay? I just want to write it out on a minimum of 5 projects in that career path that you're looking at. 5 projects, that's a minimum of, let's say, in 4 weeks, in 4 months, that's about 16 weeks, okay? So you're going to be with us for the entire 16 weeks. One project basically is between 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the complexity of the project, okay? a project is between 2 to 3 weeks. So in these 2 to 3 weeks, you work on a minimum of 5 projects in this 16 weeks period. Now, every week for a project, okay, you have 2 sessions every week, okay, 2 live sessions, okay, they are live sessions every week. So now yourself, and because it's an internship, we don't want to make it feel like a class, like a live, like a training session, like a weekend session. So we do it Mondays to Friday, okay, Mondays to Fridays, majorly in the evenings, okay, in the evening. So you can go to work during the day, and once you're back, when you're rested, you can, schedule the time for the meeting. So Monday to Friday is usually between 7 p.m., 7 p.m., okay, in the evening, all the way to 11 p.m., okay? So yourself, your specialist, the specialist that's going to be working alongside with you, and your team members, okay, would select a time between 6 to 11 p.m. to say that, okay, this is our agreed time of meeting. So it could be 8 p.m., okay, 2 times in a week, 2 times. So it could be Mondays, okay, and Friday, okay, that you guys would meet for 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Friday. So you guys will be the one to decide that, okay, this is what works for me. Okay, so we want to make it as flexible as possible, because if you say, okay, you need to meet at a certain time every day, some people say, oh, I'm working at this time, oh, I'm not available at this time. So what we've done is to make it a bit more customized on timing to suit you. So you look at your own calendar, okay, and everybody works together. Okay, I'm not available on Wednesdays, okay? Wednesday is a no time that I'm not usually available. Okay, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are very tight. Okay, can we do Tuesdays and Thursdays? So you would agree with your other members in class, and then you guys can come to consensus to know the 2 times you're going to be meeting every week. Now, what does this project entail? That's the question you're asking yourself now. What does this project entail? I'm going to show you that in a few seconds. Okay. What does this project entail? So if you come to the website, I'm going to show you. I have access to everything, so I'm just going to show you in a few seconds. So I'm going to go to internship. Okay, and I'm going to select, let's just say, the data analytics internship, for example. So these guys are started in January. The guys are started this month. Oh, yeah, this month. Today's the last day of the month, anyways. All right, the guys are started this month. Let's take a look at their projects. So I'm going to go to internship program, okay, and I'm going to click on view projects. So this is the one they just completed. You can see this project is for 2 weeks, okay? So utilizing viewers engagement for strategic content investment and media in the media and entertainment sector. So I'm going to click on view projects, okay? So now this project is, let's look at the company, okay? Let's take a look at the company, all right? Streamwave Entertainment was founded in 2008, a small DVD rental by mail business that quickly pivoted into online streaming as broadband access, okay? All right, so this is the company itself, and then you would see the tasks that you have set out for the day. All right, so for that 2 weeks duration, what are the tasks you need to work on? Okay, what are the tasks you would be working on in the 2 weeks duration? You will see project kickoff, data orientation. You will see the data ingestion and enrichment, and you see this comes with a guide. Okay, and you also have a specialist. You have somebody.
I see your screen.
Oh, what am I sharing? I just kept seeing the reactions and I wasn't too sure. What was I sharing? Wow. Oh. Let me start sharing first of all. Let me see. Oh. Must have been sharing entirely wrong screen. So what was I sharing for? All right, so let me just walk you through that again. Sorry about that. So sorry about that. All right, so fantastic. Okay. All right, thank you so much. So once I come to the website, the website and I have made my payment. So once you make your payment, you will get immediate access to the website. You'll get immediate access to the website. You will have access to internship. All right, you may not have access to the project immediately. Okay, but you will have access to the website, you'll have access to the dashboard, everything that you have there. So I'm going to click on internship. This is the data analytics internship. The guys that started in January. I'm going to click on internship program, okay? And I would click on view projects, okay? And this is the project they just completed. So you see, utilizing viewer engagement for strategic content investments in the media and entertainment sector. This is a 2-week project. So they're about starting this one. That's why it's locked. It's locked at the moment. So I'm going to click on view project. All right. And before I go to view task, I'm going to take you through the overview, company overview, the business challenge, rationale for the project, and so on and so forth. So now the reason why you have this is you can easily talk about your experience during the interview. All right. So you go for an interview and they ask you a question. Okay. Have you been in a situation where, you're walking through a time where you issued out recommendations to a business, okay, or to stakeholders, and the stakeholders did not accept your recommendation? Now that's a question, a potential question they might ask you. Or tell me about a time you worked with messy data. Tell me about a time you handled, something, okay, something where you worked with non-technical stakeholders, for example. Now, you can easily use this project as your experience during the interview. So you could go in a simple way like, okay, while I was working as a data analytics consultant with Amdari, we had a client of ours, which is one of the largest, broadband distributor, video viewing platform, all right? And they experienced the business challenge. You can talk about the business challenge, which is they were experiencing fragmented viewership. So the users are spread across dozens of genres, making it difficult to know which one is truly sustained, which one truly sustained engagement. The rising content cost. So high production and licensing cost requires sharper focus on ROI per game, okay, per genre, okay? Churn concerns, competitive pressure, and so on and so forth. So you can talk about the project as though you worked with Amdari, and this is exactly the thing that you did with them. All right. Now this is broken down into weekly tasks. So in that 2 weeks duration, are you just going to be working on any random thing? No. All right. It's structured in a way that even as a beginner, okay, you've never done anything like this in any organization before. We are bringing you in, and we want to make sure in that 2 weeks duration, you understand the entire life cycle of data analytics, for example. So in this situation, you start off with project kickoff and data orientation. Now, in any project you get to work on in a real life business, like you get a job, they won't give you data like that to say, go and analyze. There will be there will be a stakeholder engagement, a stakeholder conversation. So if finance wants you to do some form of analysis, there needs to be a meeting. They won't just send you data to say that go and analyze financial data. No, there will be a conversation. And that's exactly why you call it a project kickoff meeting. Okay, so we are looking at doing this particular thing, and that's what we call the project kickoff. And that's where you get the experience. Okay, so if you go for this interview, all right, you talk about the step-by-step process that you took in order for you to come up with those recommendations. Okay, so we had a kickoff meeting first to understand the perspective of the stakeholders. Okay, you move on there to data ingestion and enrichment. Okay, data ingestion and enrichment. You move from there to what we call KPI calculations. You move from there to engagement metrics and retention analysis. Now, all these tasks for the day, you're not just left to do it by yourself. For a beginner, if you're starting, it is accompanied by videos that would help you learn how to do it. So if you've never done what we call metrics, engagement, you don't know what engagement metrics are going to look like. So if you're working in HR, you will know time to hire, time to fire, time to interview, retention rate, and all this, churn rate, and all this turnover rate, and all that. Those are metrics. Now, in the entertainment space, they have their own metrics. They have their own KPIs. How do you calculate these KPIs? That's exactly what they're using. And you can see for this particular project, they're using a combination of Excel and Power BI to do it. Okay, so you learn both tools almost at the same time. All right, and that's day 4. Day 5, you have interpretation and insights. Okay, so if you always build dashboard, but you don't know how to generate your insight or how to pass across the storytelling aspects, this is exactly what you learn. So you go ahead to do your dashboard layouts for week 2, chart building, dashboard building, and day 5, you are going to be done and dusted. Okay, so you see everything in this accompanied by videos. So let me just go ahead to show you the last video, which is going to be the day 3, day 4, and day 5 is majorly going to be for presentation, stakeholder engagement, presentation, insights, deliberations, and so on and so forth. So you see at the end, you would have built a dashboard for the business, and that's what you're going to be working on. 4 and 5, you see, day 5 is presentation. So you see, day 5, you see, congratulations, structure, and document your project. A slide deck to communicate your findings and give recommendations. There's going to be a presentation where you talk about your insights and everything. So when they ask you questions, how do you communicate technical stuff to non-technical stakeholders? This is where you come to play. All right. So we're making it as realistic as possible for you to work on as many projects as possible. Let me try something in cybersecurity so you see exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to look for SOC analysis internship. So for this is a SOC analysis internship. The guys are started in January also. Or let me try something later. The guys are started in December or November. Let me look at November 2025. All right. So I'm going to click on view projects, and you see now they've done more projects. Okay. So they started in November, they've done more projects. So you also, as you progress in the internship, you will get to work on more projects. So you see the first project that they work on is about a week project. Okay. Internal infrastructure, a vulnerability management case study for cyber night security. Now, the next one also, fortified internal infrastructure, a vulnerability management case study for cyber tech solutions. Advancing cloud architect infrastructure security through comprehensive SSH log analysis and behavioral monitoring using Splunk. Now, every session is recorded. So even if you miss a session, you can come to resources and you will get to see what is being done. So this is one of the last classes they had. They had a class yesterday, the 30th of January, 2025. Okay, though. Sorry, this is 2025. It's supposed to be 2026. They made a mistake. All right. So it's supposed to be 2026. You can see January 2026. Yeah. All right. So this is the recorded session. Okay. This is the recorded session. And then you can get to see the class. And I'm going to show you what they were doing in class. So they're currently working on the CTF challenge, okay, and this is what they're doing. So CTF basically means capture the flag, okay. So it's an internal project that they're working on. All right, that's what they did. But let's take a look at the previous class, okay, and then the classes are okay. Classes are very interactive and very practical. So they walk you through practical. These are like classes. You see, this is an hour 54 minutes. And you can see everything that you need to know about the project, the things that you're working on, the project you're working on, the distribution, the analysis, and so on and so forth. So you see, these are the things that you get to work on to get the experience that you need. Okay, so you have live classes. You could book it. You see, if you're working on your project and you have issues, you can easily book a consultation. Okay, so if I click on book a session, I could say I have issues with my Splunk. Okay. I have issues with my Splunk. Okay. So I can click on book a session and immediately it redirects me to a Google page where I can book a session. So you see, I have some time slots on Monday. I have time slots on Tuesday. I have time slots on Wednesday. So if you're in SOC now, you can easily just book it like a 10 a.m. session to say that, okay, I want to use this one this time to speak to my specialist about the issues I'm facing. And you see, you have different time periods during the day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday to Friday, for you to run, questions with your specialist. In the same vein, all right, you can get your record, you can get access to your reference letter to book an interview request. So you have an interview coming up. I'll click on book a session. I will just put in the link, the job link, the details of the interview, and somebody will get to prepare you for that interview. So you see, it's when we say we provide you with lifetime support, this is what we mean. There's always going to be somebody, there's always going to be sessions, there's always going to be something that will do for you to help you get a job. So I hope I've not overkilled that question anyways. All right, but I think with my few points of mine, I've been able to help you understand why you need Amdari. Okay, so that confidence that you can go out there to speak about your experience, that's what we do for you. And remember, it's only for the first 20 people, it's not for everybody. So once the website takes in that 20 people have made payment, it reverts back to £500. So if you say, oh, can I wait till Wednesday? Can I wait till, please? It's beyond me. All right. So I think you should take advantage of it as soon as possible. All right. So I think I've answered that question. Let me take one person that's raising up the answer. I can literally hear somebody speak. All right. So let me talk to Marie. Marina Nkrumah.
Hi.
Oh, Nkrumah. That's your Ghanaian, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a Ghanaian.
Oh, okay. Awesome. It's good to meet you anyways, Marina.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure's mine. Hi, I'm actually still in school. I'm studying cybersecurity and I have
Awesome.
no experience. I've never worked before and I don't see cybersecurity in the career experience.
Well, cybersecurity is divided into into 4 careers actually. So we have just give me a pen. So we have, okay, do I even need the pen for this? Okay, no. So let me just go to the website so I can show you where to see it. Okay. So if you come to the website, all right, you come to internship program, view internship, and I scroll down a little. So you'll see SOC career experience. So SOC basically is, sorry, there's a feedback, so I'm not you, okay? But don't drop your hand. You can always speak, okay? All right, so we have the SOC analyst career experience, which is basically security operations center analyst. So the reason why we don't have the career paths as cybersecurity is because cybersecurity is large, okay? It's a big space, it's a big domain. So when you say SOC, for example, if you just Google the name SOC analyst, okay, you would see a SOC analyst basically is still cybersecurity. So SOC analyst is security operations center analyst, are cybersecurity professionals who monitor, detect, analyze, and respond to security threats and incidents. So take for example, let's use a bank, okay? Somebody wants to attack your bank account, your details, okay? Somebody wants to hack your account. So there's something we call brute force. There's something we call brute force. So what they will do is they will send so much packets, passwords, they will try so many things. They call it brute force, and they try all this attack in order for them to see which one of them would work. Okay, so in this kind of situation, the SOC analyst is the person that will detect that why is there so much activity on this particular account. It means that the person's account is trying to get hacked, and then thereafter the SOC analyst will be the one to go ahead with blocking or detecting, monitoring, analyzing, and responding to all these kind of attacks. Okay, that's the SOC analyst. Now, on the same flip end, okay, you have the ethical hacker and penetration tester. So these guys are the people that act as an attacker. Okay, so take for example, you have your house, okay, and you want to safeguard your house. What do you do to safeguard your house? Okay, you have to think like a thief. Okay, so if I was a thief, how would I penetrate into this building? Okay, I would jump over the fence. Okay, there's a fence, I want to scale the fence. Okay, what would you do? I need to put a barbed wire. Okay, all right. I need to put a gate. I need to put a security operative. I need to put a person there. I need to create like an electric fence. You are thinking like a thief so that you know exactly what to fortify your interface, your architecture with. So the ethical hacker essentially is why they call them ethical hacker. They are the ones that are ethically trying to break into your system, okay? And through that process of trying to break into your system, they get to see vulnerabilities. Now, with these vulnerabilities, they will be the ones to recommend what you need to do to stop it, okay? To avoid stuff like that. That's what we call ethical. It's ethical. So they're doing it ethically with the mindset of trying to bypass, trying to see where there are vulnerabilities and telling you how to become better or more secured. Now, you also have the non-technical side, which is GRC, which is governance, risk, and compliance. Okay, so these are the non-technical guys that documentation, regulatory compliance. What else is there? Basically, that talks about everything: governance, the risk your applications you're exposed to. in different jurisdictions and so on. So when you hear things like ISO 27001, when you hear about the NIST framework, and you hear about all this GDPR and so on and so forth, the GRC personnel is the person that handles that. Now we have a new one there, which is what we call application and cloud security. Now, most organizations have moved their applications to the cloud. Okay, so cloud, not cloud that you see in the sky, but cloud like likes of AWS, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and you have Azure. Those are like the top three guys in the industry: GCP, Azure, and AWS. Now, every application is now in the cloud. Now, who safeguards you in this cloud? Okay, who builds the architecture to safeguard you in the cloud? That's exactly where the cloud and application security comes in play. All right, so you build your architecture, you build your solutions in the cloud, and then you build security measures around it. So rather than just cybersecurity, okay, these are actual career paths that you can take, you can explore in order for you to get a job. Does that make sense, Marina?
Yes, please. I'll go with the information security. But
You go with which one?
the
Sorry.
non-technical one, the paperwork.
Oh, the paperwork. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but can we have any means to text or talk to you, because I'm still waiting for my results. I don't know if I have to register for the class right now because I'm not yet done yet. You get me?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So how do I communicate with you personally?
So if you come here to click chat with a real person, okay,
Right.
just send us an email, okay.
No, I think chat with the real person will do.
Oh yeah, you can just chat with the right person, say you want to speak with Femena, and they will schedule a call with you, okay. Or better
Right.
still,
How
you
do I
would
get that?
did you fill the attendance? Did you fill the attendance?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, once you get the attendance, okay, once you get an email, you'll get an email after this call.
Mhm.
You could just respond that I need to speak to Femena, and that's it.
All right, thank you.
All right, awesome. Look forward to having you on board anyways, okay?
Pardon?
I said looking forward to having you on board.
100%. Thank you.
100%, awesome. All right, let me see if there's any question in the chat again. Are there no AI engineering courses? No, we don't have anything AI engineering just now, okay, just yet anyways, but everything is majorly around what you see on the screen. So if you're looking at making payments, please do that as soon as possible, okay? Once it's 20 people, we're done. Question: can someone with zero knowledge of the skill he or she wants to learn, can you participate to? So when you say zero knowledge, it depends on the career path, but zero knowledge is going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. If normally what we recommend to people that are coming in is at least an hour every single day. At least 1 hour. Just give us 1 hour every day. All right. So if you can give us an hour every day, or maybe not even up to an hour, let's say at the end of the week, you can do 5 hours. So if you do 1 hour on Monday, 1 hour on Tuesday, 1 hour on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, you would have 5 hours at the end of the week. All right. So, but if you can just give us about that time frame, you're fine. That's people that have learned it before. But if you have zero knowledge and experience, you will need to do more. Okay, you need to do more than that. Okay, so if they're doing 5 hours, you need to do about 10 hours. So if you're willing to put in the time and work and not complain and say that, oh, if you said that you can, yeah, it's not going to be easy for beginners, but if you can put in the time and effort, you're going to be fine. Okay, because you have a specialist that will literally hold your hand and guide you through it. So okay, I've answered Marina's question around cybersecurity. Do you get a certificate after the 4 months? You don't need a certificate, okay? You don't need a certificate. The goal is not here for you to get a certificate and add it to your certificates, okay? The goal is for you to get a job. So I think the right question, Sarah, would be, do I get a job after the 4 months? That's the right question. Okay, that's the most accurate question I can answer. That one I would answer. Now, if you don't get a job in the 4 months that you're with us, like I said, lifetime career support, where we provide you with support until you get a job. That's the guarantee that we're giving you. So Sarah, don't look for certificates. You don't need our certificate for anything. Okay, you need a job. That's exactly what we can guarantee you. Do you have work experience in SAP, please? So we don't do SAP, and SAP is such a large scale application that is too expensive. I mean, I worked with SAP, and in my experience, I did not need to know SAP before I got a job. Before I got a job. So, and that's because majority of the companies that work with SAP know that it is difficult for something. If it's not something that you've worked with in your past experience, it's impossible for you to know how to use SAP. All right. So there are resources in most organizations that will give you SAP training. Okay. So if you're currently waiting to get SAP experience to get a job, you're also going to just be wasting your time, because there is nowhere that you can actually get to experience SAP than you getting a job. Okay. It's such a large scale of, it's such a very, very company-wide solution. Okay, so it's only even the large scale organizations. Okay, the only company I got to work with that would use SAP was the largest medical technology company in the world. That's Teleflex. I got to work with them, and that's where I got to see SAP. DPD uses they also use SAP actually. They use they use a variation. They use a type of SAP. All right, one variation, but the one with Teleflex was the largest one I got to work with. So Agnes, you don't need SAP experience to get a job, to get an actual job. So if you're looking at getting a job as a data analyst, a business analyst, that's not a major requirement. It's an additional advantage, but it's not the major requirement. The reason I'm saying that is when you get the job, you have learning resources within the organization. From my experience, you have videos that you would watch, all right, that would help you do the things or learn the things that you need to learn. So you need a job to still get that particular thing done. All right, let me take Uzodima. Uzodima, I know you very well. I think I know the name 100%.
Yes, Philomena, you know me. You know my.
I know you. Yeah.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to hear from you.
Same here. Same here. How you doing? How is everything?
Very well. Very well. I'm glad to be on the call. It's been very interesting session.
Awesome.
I just have one question, right? For somebody that's still in the program in the UK, is it advisable to start the program now or towards the end of the program?
So it depends. How many months till you're done? September this year. So what I would say you should start as soon as possible, as soon as you can, and I'll give you the reason why. I've worked with a ton of people. I made a very big mistake when I joined, when I moved to the UK. When I traveled out, essentially. So I wanted to wait to the end of the program before I started applying for jobs. Okay. So I waited to the end and I couldn't get a job. And that was very frustrating. All right. And that really added more time to my job search at the time. So I usually would recommend people to start applying to jobs even before they finish their program. Okay. What this does for you, I would explain. Interviewing is an act. Okay. You need to get better at interviewing. So it's better for you to leverage that, learn when you are still a student. Learn when you're still a student. Okay. In the sense that there's not so much pressure on you, in the sense that, okay, even if I get rejected, I'm still in school. It's no problem. I still have what I'm doing. All right. Other than when you're done and you're desperate in getting a job, that rejection email hurts significantly. Okay. All right. Now, something I've also seen in the UK is a lot of organizations, especially if you target like the big top organizations. So you're looking at Amazon, you're looking at likes of Big Fours or management consulting companies, Bain and the rest of them, or you're looking at the banks and all that. They can give you resumption in the future. So you might start now, start applying somewhere like in May, you start applying in May, and they can actually tell you to resume in September. Okay, it happens a lot of times now. Okay, so that, especially if you're looking at the top organizations, Meta, you're looking at Amazon, you're looking at the big ones. That's where I know that I can guarantee they can post dates. You can post dates to your start dates. Okay, that's something I would recommend.
A follow-up question I have for that is, since this will be a work internship program, won't it interfere with the student policy? Student visa policy. Yes, correct.
Very good question. So no, it doesn't. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you because like a freelance experience. So even in the UK, all right, you can work freelance for 70 hours. It doesn't affect you. Okay. So you could get a job in the UK, all right, working remotely, and it could just be freelance. Okay. So where you're working as a freelance consultant, if you're like a graphic designer, for example, you can have different clients in the UK and do the same thing and not get and what do you call it, HMRC will never get to know that you work that long hours. Okay, so it's like it's a freelance experience. It's a freelance experience that you are going to work with. So even if you once you're done with your experience, you could always that's why we write the reference for you. So we write it is that it explains what your duty responsibilities are, and essentially, long story short, it doesn't affect your 20 hours. You can continue 20 hours. It doesn't affect it.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, awesome. Thanks you so much, Uso. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we're going to do something together, no doubt about that.
Definitely, yeah. Thanks.
Awesome. All right, guys. Let me just take 2 more questions. I can see. Let me just take a look at the chat again. Just want to ensure we are not actually allowed to work freelance in the UK. Why are you not allowed to work freelance? I'm trying to understand why. They're not getting paid for it as a student, so you're good. Exactly, 100%. If you may not, I'm currently taking my MSc Business Analytics. Okay, will be entering my second semester next week. Please, I would like to know if it is okay to start now. Okay, very similar to Uzo's question. Start now since my course came with a placement here. Okay, yes, we actually do placement also, so you can come work with placement with us and use that also as your work experience, okay, placement. So you can do that with us also, and that's still part of the price. So you're not paying extra for anything. So you're paying for the placement, you're getting your experience, you're getting your placements, everything is in one place, Deborah. So I hope that answers your question. So if you're looking at starting, depending on when you're looking at starting your placement, if that's where you want to start, I think that will be the right thing to do. All right, but essentially you can work with us for your placement. That's what it is. Yeah, I think that answers the question. Deborah, you can give me a thumbs up if you got me. I'm answering my question, but I'm not sure if you're still here. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Okay, fantastic, beautiful. Which course would you suggest as an individual with software engineering experience between data engineering experience and cloud application security? This is such a very brilliant question. So if you have software engineering background, okay. Data engineering is for cloud and application security, it's very, if you have cloud experience working as a software engineer, that's not bad. But for data engineering, I personally feel it's had been easier for you to work as a data engineer. And the reason why that is data engineer doesn't need any mathematics, no calculation, nothing off the roof. Okay, nothing. It's the only career path that I know that you don't need any. The only technical skills that you need is coding. And you're a software engineering, so you're a software engineer, so you know coding already. So the data engineer is just moving data from one place to the other. All right. Okay. So there's a source and there's the destination. So I'm moving from one point to the other point. I'm making it available, making it scalable. So as a software engineer, you already do that. Okay, partially. So when you're creating an application, for example, the data has to be stored somewhere. Okay, so it could be in the cloud. It shouldn't even be on premise. It should be in the cloud. Okay, so you're creating this the database and it's being stored somewhere. So now that data that is being stored somewhere, someone in another place needs the data. Okay, so how do you move that data from where you stored it to where the person that needs it? That's basically it. So I think data engineering it depends on your technical interest at the end of the day again. Okay, do you want something that is security inclined? That would be fun for you, but you're not going to be doing a lot of coding anymore. You're not going to be doing too much coding. But for data engineering, if coding is what you love to do, then coding it is data engineering. And honestly, there are so much opportunities in both career paths, actually. But like I said, for you, I just feel like you already work as a programmer, so you're not going to stress yourself too much with the technical side of things. Okay, so if you go on LinkedIn, for example, and you just go for data engineering, let me see if this will work for me this time around. I don't know why LinkedIn jobs can be very annoying sometimes. Data engineer, okay? So you will see a ton of roles, data engineer, data engineer, data engineer. Another role that you can look at also is what we call BI engineer. So these roles exist, business intelligence, and these ones are very in demand now. You get a lot of contract roles that have BI engineering and all that, okay? So that's something you could also consider, okay? But Adenuga, I'll recommend data engineering for you, okay? 100%. So let me take a question. Ugochi Sylvia. Okay.
Hi.
How do I Sylvia, yeah?
Yeah, Sylvia. We'll stick with
Okay.
that.
All right,
Hi,
awesome.
Camila.
All
Thanks
right.
for the it was a nice engagement. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, my question is what are the projects we'll be working on the business analysis part? What projects are we gonna be working on, please?
Let me show
And
you.
secondly, okay.
Okay. So
Yeah, my
secondly,
second question. Yeah, my second question would be, I know you talked about we organizing the time within ourselves, like the other members organizing. What control do you put in place to make sure we come at a good timing? Because people will have different schedules and some are doing shifts and all. So what
yeah.
control do you put in place that everybody is carried along, everybody's involved and nobody's being left behind? What's the control in that?
All right. So we do take attendance first of all. So and something I need to let everyone know is that if you get less than 70% in attendance, less than 75% now, this year it will increase to 75. You won't be getting recommendation letter from us, okay? Because we have a reputation, okay, to attend to, and if you achieve less than 75 from the attendance, you will likely not be getting recommendation letter from us, unless you now pick up, and you start to do things for to get to meet up with the expectation. All right. So we do the attendance. Okay. So we also have Google Cloud. We also have what do you call it? We also have everybody's email. Would have access to your email. Let me just show you, for example. So there's a WhatsApp community. There's also a Google community, and I'm going to show you that. So take for example, if I should look at my calendar for next week, Monday to Friday. So you see there are different sessions that happen every day. And this is going to be your own calendar also. So if I just take a look at Monday, what sessions are going to be happening on Monday? So you'll see there's a DA October. There is everything's going to be your calendar. So you will see, you will literally get a 5, 10, 15, 30 minute notification in your email, notification on your phone. So if you have your email on your phone, you would get that notification immediately, number one. Number two, also in the same vein, you also get a WhatsApp, you have a WhatsApp community. Okay, so the WhatsApp community is where you can easily engage with your other peers, okay, and your specialists. So if you have a concern, you have a challenge, you can always post a question to the WhatsApp community, WhatsApp group, and then somebody's there to answer you. Okay, in the same vein, okay, we call before a session. There's a call that will be placed before a session to notify you that the session is about to start or the session has started, to let you know that this is going to be there. So everything is done in a way that everybody's carried along, from your Google calendar to your WhatsApp community to everything, email communications and so on and so forth. So you're never left. You're not just left to assume certain things. You are not given information. Okay. So now on the projects that you're going to be working on. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Is the business analysis in November. So this is now separate. I'm doing November because they would have done more projects. Okay. So now the guys in November, you can see there's a digital patient engagement and care management platform optimization. There is a predictive analytics for retail sales optimization, integrating a centralized customer feedback system for Pacific Horizons. So if we take a look at the project, for example, let's take a look at this. Purpose of the project, expected outcome, business challenge. Let's take a look at the business challenge. Okay, business challenges. Despite widespread adoption, LX1, okay, faces operational and product challenges that limits the full value realization of Careflow platform. So basically, Careflow is a platform you're working with, okay? But they are experiencing challenging to the full realization of that platform itself. Customer experience, long onboarding cycles, and underutilize advanced features, reducing ROI and increasing churn rates. Okay, basically, there's a platform, you have the platform itself, and that platform, customers have issues with onboarding, underutilizing the advanced features that they have on the platform, which is a common issue with most software as a service. So if you're working with the likes of Zoom, you're getting a job with, even the bank, the app on your phone. All right. So the app on your phone, either people don't know how to check for their bank statement, people don't know how to send money, people don't know how to receive money. So these are some features that are underutilized. Okay, so you see onboarding complexity, low feature adoption, and the fragmented user experience. That's basically the case. So you are the business analyst with this organization. Okay, what is your purpose for this project? The purpose of the project is basically to assess and improve effectiveness of the Careflow core product. The project applies agile discovery, project analytics techniques to identify usability barriers, reduce onboarding time, and increase feature adoption across key users. So that's not waste too much time. Weekly expectation. What are you going to be doing every week? Project kickoff meeting, stakeholder and user landscape, review customer feedback and support insights, define core product problems, define success metrics. The reason why you're defining success metrics is at the end of the day, when you go for an interview, this is a key thing that most business analysts don't know. There needs to be, how do you know your what I call it, your recommendations or your process optimization? How do you know it was effective? How do you know it was effective? How do you measure success? So that's exactly what you're defining the success metrics. So you see, user persona creation, map current onboarding journey, feature usage and adoption review, identifying UX and workflow gaps, and all the rest. Now, if you want to take a look at the resources, okay, I can come to resources and I can show you some of the videos, some of the sessions that they've had. You would have a specialist that would literally hold your hand and explain all these things to you, okay? There are different kinds of projects you will get to work on. You would have the one that you have an instructor that would hold your hand. So if I come here now and probably just look at what project is that? What project was I looking at? Okay, let me just see what project was this. This was LX1. Okay, so if I come to resources, I can come to employability, onboarding. Okay, sorry, drop-in sessions. All right, and I can take a look at any of these sessions. Okay, so this is Joanne, one of the best guys we have in the team. Okay, she has a wealth of experience in business analysis and agile deployment, development, and all that. Okay, so you can see this now. This is one of the projects. This is a project summary they're working on. The documentation process. So you see the project summary, the historical stakeholder mapping, and so on and so forth. So it's all practical. So walking you through how to create this document, how to do requirement analysis, how to do all the things that you need to do. All right, so this is stakeholder analysis, okay? So you can see all the documents, everything is provided to you, and somebody is holding your hand and explaining these things to you. All right, so you've never done anything like this before. This is exactly where we teach you, and you get the experience that you need. So Sylvia, I don't know, does that answer your question? All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm happy for that. Okay, so a ton of projects you get to work on, very realistic, very based on real business challenges. They're going to cover every aspect of it to get you the experience that you need. But at the end of the day, the goal is for you to get a job. So, and that's what we're going to do for you. Long story short. Oriade, are you there? The crew, Allah, not sure now. So Oriade, Dorosini.
I'm here.
Yes, hi. How you doing today?
I'm fine. Good evening. Yeah, because I'm also in the UK. So first and foremost, in a while, this has to be a very, very comprehensive lowdown of what Amdari is all about. I really got my answers today. Very, very interesting session. But I must be honest, I was sleeping between sessions too. Because of the cold. So yeah, already I've pre-subscribed for the February cohort because that is when I'm looking to start. And I studied them cybersecurity here. So I subscribe to the SOC analyst program. You get, and
Yes.
I'm still I can say, despite the fact that I've been in tech, I'm still very, very new in cybersecurity operations. So
Wonderful.
yeah, I'm very new in the professional area. But one thing I want to know, it may be a bit forward, but I just want to just rub my with you on this one because I asked in the previous section.
Okay.
If by chance that maybe I'm not looking to get job, do you get?
Yes.
Is there a way in which someone partners with you, or personally, or are there steps in which someone can actually become a consultant, whereby I'll be recommending solutions for companies based on understanding their processes? You understand, like understanding their processes and providing solution, even if the jobs are not coming, or if I don't want to be restricted to the work listing, if I don't want to be restricted to the work contracts. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
not totally. So
like
you
from a
don't.
business perspective now, you understand, stepping in as like a business owner, you feel me? Then consulting company based on the experience that someone have. If the jobs are not coming, it does. I'm there also offer something like that.
Like a freelance role.
What?
Like a freelancer.
Okay. Freelance is the word, right? Yeah, like a freelancer.
Okay, a freelancer consultant. So a business has a challenge, you just come in to spot those challenges.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What we do at the moment is we have partnership with some businesses, and we're looking at scaling those partnerships. So some of the projects that you get to work on are based off real organizations. So just give me a second. Let me just show you some of them. Okay. Just give me a second. I want to give you a list of some of the organizations that we have partners with, so you see for yourself. Okay, so take for example, we have majorly all the startups, like in most of the startups are across the UK, US, Canada, so on and so forth. So we have someone like Credify, for example. We have a partnership with Credify where we get their business challenges and we give it to our interns to work on. Okay, so we take the business challenge from them. So we have the likes of another one, Asset Guard Cloud. Okay, so Asset Guard also is protect what matters to you instantly, intelligent, transparently. So basically, these platforms, these organizations, and we have a ton of them. You know, crypto. There's one in crypto. There's some in fintech. There's some in real estate. Okay, so there's real estate businesses. There are real estate. There's Equinest as well. I was looking for Equinest is real estate. Building sustainable homes for better tomorrow. Essentially, we are looking at partnering with more businesses so that if you get to, you even know the businesses, that you can state to them in your experiences that I work with Equinest, okay, I worked with Credify, I work with Asset Guard, and if you're starting, these are the things that you would also get to work with. But in terms of replacing people to work on business challenges, at the moment, that's not what we do. Does that make sense?
Okay, it makes sense. So I can just be exposed to the freelance aspect, not necessarily the business aspect of things. Like the commercial, the real commercial consulting, where okay, I complete the program, then I feel like, oh, even if it's even partner with Amdari to even get that done, and I get paid.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can work around something. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, that's okay. So I mean, with what we do at the moment, with all these conversations we're having with these businesses, we do get some consulting bits of businesses. Okay, so it comes in, and I mean, if it's something that you want to get interested in, usually we use our internal resources to do that. All right, but I mean, if you want to be part of that, it's something that we can work around. Okay, so whenever a contract comes in, we can definitely, engage yourself if that's something you can clearly state out that you want. Okay, but essentially, what we're doing for our interns at the moment is we're partnering with these businesses across the world. So Equinest, I think this business, I'm guessing they're in the US or indeed in the UK. Okay, they're in the United Kingdom. So you see all of them are based somewhere in either, okay, this is in Canada, for example. So Credit Asset Guard is in Canada. So you have the big startups across the world that we're currently having partnerships with. And what we're doing with them is we're taking their business challenges and we're giving you for you to work on. So you work on this, and you can go through your internship to say that, oh, while I was working as a data analytics or a cybersecurity analyst with Amdari, one of our clients, Asset Guard, which is one of the ones that protects insurance company, one of the insurance companies startup in Canada, they had this particular issue. This is what we did. This was our recommendation, and so on and so forth. So that's basically what we're doing at the moment. And I mean, but if you want to jump on a live project and it's available, then no doubt about that, we'll get you involved. Okay.
Wow. I
Awesome.
love the fact that you encourage collaboration, and you are very open that, oh, despite the fact that this is the service we rendered, you get you can also pivot if that chance is. But I must tell you, I'm still a baby in this thing. But I was just asking about the possibility of that. And you really gave me the perfect response. Like, you just boosted my confidence in that, because in the UK here or abroad here, many of us don't really know how to like go for the consultancy project, like go into the field and negotiate one-on-one. You feel me, and get the jobs. Many of us can't do that, including myself. So that's why I just like put the question of that. Oh, is there even a chance that something like this is even possible? The last time I asked in the previous session, they are like, it's an interesting question, but it looks something beyond what Amdari is actually looking into. So I was like, oh, maybe some other time I'll be able to get my answer, like today that the boss is around. And the boss just gave me the perfect answer.
One thing I tell you about consulting, if you want to start consulting in the UK, let me just show you something real quick. When I moved to the UK, I was expecting that I would be looking for a full-time job. But now in the UK, I would say that getting a job is even getting a contract is where you make money in tech. All right. So this contracting that you're talking about is the best way for you to get money in the tech space in the UK. So take, for example, you're interested in, I have business analysis here. So I'll just use business analyst. Okay. So you can come here and look at contracts. Okay. Come to contracts. Usually you get them in fixed term contracts. They're like 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. Some can go as high as 24 months. So in this kind of businesses, in this kind of contracts, all you're doing is you're coming, you can see this one now, okay? This is 500 to 550 pounds per day. This is a contract of what, this is outside IR35. I'm pretty sure if you're doing taxes in the UK, you probably understand what that is. I'll probably spend more time to talk about that. All right, so this is up to 550 pounds 1 day of work. So either you do small work or you do big work, they're not measuring it. They're giving you 550 pounds per day. So some people are working in care space now today, and they feel like, okay, if I work more hours, at the end of the week, I work 80, 90 hours, and I get 550 pounds for that week. All right, times 4, that's over 2,000 pounds. But some people are getting more than 5,000 pounds. Some people are getting more than 1,000 pounds in the care space. But me, if I do that job of 2 days of sitting in my house, or I even go to the office to do it, I've gotten 1,100 pounds in just 2 days. Now, is that the maximum price you can get? No, you can get as high as 800. So you can see this is 500 to 600. All right, you can see this is, so these are the kind of opportunities that people are largely sleeping on. So if you're looking at consulting, this is the best way for you to start consulting. So the more organizations that you get to work with, so if you do 2 months here, 6 months here, 4 months here, 6 months here, 2 months here, the moment you build that repertoire of projects and experiences working with these different businesses in the UK, I can tell you for a fact, they will be the ones to look for you. All right, so that's where you start from. Okay, so you start from all these 6 month contract, 4 month contract, 3 month contract. So if you take a look at this one now, how many months contract is this? This is 10 weeks. So for 10 weeks, you're going to be with this organization and you're going to be paying 350 pounds per day. I think that's okay. For a start, it's very okay. Then you can move on from 350, 400, 400, 500, 500, 700, 700, 800, and that's how you scale your contracting experience. Does that make sense, Oyade?
Absolutely. This is the kind of response I'll be looking for. Boss. I mean, I love this answer. Like I said, I'm still be a baby indeed.
Don't think you just get it. Work is there. You need to put in work to get there.
By God's grace, will be the skill to put the work. But the main thing is just I just wanted to know how possible it is, because I didn't even really know how to navigate searching this kind of contracts or jobs.
Yeah.
You just did that for me now, honestly.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're here for that. I mean, experiences, honestly, you can't do this for yourself. I learned myself. All this things I know, somebody else taught me to. So I went to the UK and I was looking for my normal 60K, 80K senior roles at the time. And somebody was like, why are you looking for a job? And I was like, is there something else? And the guy was telling me, I remember his name is Shell. So he has been in the UK for over 8-10 years. He's a solution architect, and it was the one that told me about contracts. At the time, the guy had 2 contracts, and it was 800. So he was getting £1,600 every single day. I thought it was lying until I saw it for myself, and I knew that there are opportunities like exist for immigrants. At the time, I didn't even have a visa sponsor, and I was earning. One of the roles I was in at the time was the least one I did was about 350-ish. Okay, was the least role I did at the time. So you see, this kind of opportunity exists. If you have dependency visa for your independent, okay, your wife is the one working, or you are the one doing your masters. Your wife is the one that has that dependency that she can work full time, or you can work full time. That's the time for you to make the most money. Okay, not for you to go and take the most hours to go work. All right. So if you can learn and you can get a job, that's exactly how you make cool money in the UK in the tech space. And nobody will know. Okay.
God bless you. Yes. God bless you, Femina. That's all right. People are saying they have more questions in the comment section. I'm very grateful.
Lots of questions, including mine. It's getting late. Okay, so I'll just take 5 minutes to answer the questions in the chat, and then we'll go on from there. So Edna is saying that please can we move on. Edna, I'm being sorry about that. Please, I would like to know how many persons are in the court. How do you ensure all your students are following up? Don't worry, it's not a lot of people that we have in each of the courts. So trust me, we have just about 100+ people. Trust me, a lot of people will listen to this and not make payments. So if you're a part of a few people that want to get started, I would say you should register, secure your sports, and we have a minimum between, we are there to ensure that you get the best experience. Okay. Marina is saying, if can I drop my contacts here? Marina, it's not a public place. You don't know all the people on the call. I don't know all the people on the call. So I'll say once you get the email from us, just tell them you want to speak with Femena and we're good to go. All right. Deborah said, I meant securing a paid placement for potential sponsorship. Oh, yeah, we can work with you through that. I mean, we've done that in the past. We've worked with people to get paid placements. But in terms of just to apply, okay? But the best way for placement will be CV Library, from my experience. So CV Library is one of the places where you can easily get those kind of placement opportunities, okay? So what of someone who actually had a training on data analysis in the past? Can they? Yes. I mean, if you've done data analysis training in the past, you can always 100% come in. We'll work with you. So if you've done any form of training before, you LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, Coursera, you've taken courses before, and you're looking at gaining experience, you're free to come in. You have the right requirement to come in. All right. Also, in addition to my question, I studied applied computing science. I didn't know that. Okay, Edna is saying, what level of expertise is required to apply for any of the internship? I have a level 3 foundational certificate in agile project management. Looking at gathering experience and skills to switch careers. So you have a foundation certificate in agile project management. Yes, 100%. As long as you've learned, you know what agile is, you know what projects are. Okay, as long as you understand, you have a foundational experience certificate. So I want to believe they've covered majority of the fundamentals when it comes to project management. So if it's project management, you're looking at 100%. If it's business analysis, also you're looking at 100%. It's just a few difference between business. Not just a few, but there's a clear difference between business analysis and project management, but they use the same frameworks, which makes it very easy for you to switch between those two careers. So if you're looking at business analysis, Edna, okay, if you're looking at business analysis or project management, you're 100% in the right place, okay? So Edna, give me a thumbs up if I answered your question. Just give me a thumbs up. I am studying supply chain management and logistics. My experience was in supply chain. Okay, so I love supply chain. Under what program? So two programs I recommend for you, Emmanuel: data analytics or data science. I would say you should. It depends on what you learned already, but I would say you should start with data analytics. I don't know if you've done anything data science related before. That's Emmanuel Isibo. All right. I don't know if you've done any form of data analytics or data science in the past. So depending on what you've done, so I prefer you do data analytics if you haven't done data science before. But if you've done data science, I would prefer you do data science. I don't know if you understand that, if you know what I'm saying. So if you've done data analytics training and you've not done data science, okay, go with data analytics. You are fine. You will get a job. Okay, in supply chain, there's operations analyst, supply chain analyst, there's logistics analyst, there is data analyst in the supply chain department. There are so many roles within that supply chain. Okay, but if you've done data science, you know Python, you know machine learning, and you know all these things, all right, you can go for data science. There are roles in data science. Demand planning is one of them. Okay, you have forecasting analyst. Okay, which is also a very, very good career path for you. So what I would recommend is data analytics. Okay, all right. But if you've done data science, then you can go ahead with data science. All right, Emmanuel. Okay, milestone. Let me just get milestone stories. I think this is what I'm going to call it today. Okay, so that we don't extend it. We started 1 o'clock. Okay, my time. All right, this 3 hours on the dot. So I had a wonderful time, guys. I had an absolutely wonderful time. All right. And what I would say just to conclude today's session is we have built a platform that would help you get a job. And we're saying that in the 4 months duration that you work with us, okay, you do your assessment, you work on your projects, you revamp your CV, we do all the things that we say we're going to do for you, and you don't get a job. We will continue to support you till you get a job. That's the guarantee that we're giving you. Okay. So if you're looking at joining us and you're still making an hesitation, just have it at the back of your mind that you have lifetime support, from LinkedIn optimization to specialist recommendation to projects to everything that you need to continue to get a job. We'll provide you with it. So you have nothing to worry about. All you need to do to secure your spot today is £100. And you're giving lifetime support. That's to tell you what we're doing is correct. Does this internship package come with job application or a different package? No, it doesn't come with job application. What it comes with is it comes with CV Matchly. So you get access to CV Matchly, the tool I showed you earlier, where you can easily tailor your resume. So it comes for free. It doesn't come with additional cost. You get CV Matchly for free. You will get to use CV Matchly for free. That's a free aspect. Okay. So those are the things that you have. So I'm just going to show you that real quick. Okay, so you see that I'm not saying anything that is not true. Okay. Okay, I just want to get you. I want to get it's an internal link, so it's not public yet. It's not even public. It's not going to be public. So we have the link that shows the collaboration between Amdari and CV Matchly. So all the users will go through this link to get started. Okay, so I'm just going to share it with you. All right, so you see it here. So once you've registered, you'll see CV Matchly AI Amdari.io. So if you're a member, okay, you see partnership Amdari. So you get free access to Amdari. You get free access to the platform. And now the good thing about the platform is it's such a wonderful platform. And I'm going to show you that, and that's what I'm going to try currently today. CV Matchly dashboard. Okay. I'm going to go to the dashboard optimizations. So you see here, it keeps track of all your job applications. Okay. So if I come to actions here, I can view the job. I can generate a cover letter. So if I need a cover letter for the job, I can generate a cover letter. And I can even view the job I applied to. So, and so on and so forth. So there are quite a number of things, perks you get from using CV Matchly. And we currently have that partnership to help you tailor your resume, apply for jobs, and also get you the job of your dream. So at no cost. So you are doing a one-time payment and you are getting access to everything. Okay. All right. So it's limited to just 20 people. If you're part of the first 20 people, register and let's see how we can work with you. Thank you so much. I'm not able to take any other question, but if you have any question, and you fill the attendance, you get access to the recording, and you can respond to the email with your questions. And we have one-on-one sessions this week. So I'll be in the one-on-one sessions, or my colleagues or other experts will be in the session, and we'll be answering your questions. If you have any further questions and you want a one-on-one personalized conversation, you don't want 30 plus people to listen to your conversation. You want just, a smaller group of people to speak to. They would have a one-on-one session. So once you get that email today, you can book a one-on-one session, and we would break things better down for you. Thank you so much, guys. I had a wonderful time speaking with you. And on that note, see you in the program. Okay, let's help you get a job. Long story short, thank you very much, and looking forward to having you on board. Bye for now, and take care, guys. If you had a wonderful time, say yeah. Let's go. You can unmute yourself. Let me hear. Yeah. Let's go. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful week. Cheers.